bouncing back and forth. Has Splitsy cloned Capac? No.
Why would Splitsy do that? Capac does it himself.
Oh, I missed it. I should have used this one when Capac turned up.
I'm here to save the day.
Because that would have been more confusing.
Here I come to save the day.
Dum 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 dum.
No, that's the wrong franchise.
I know, but the only things I've got you singing are that and this.
Wait, have you got... Yeah,
I don't have any other singing bits.
Oh, why is it so dark?
Total Eclipse, basically.
Wasted.
Unbelievable!
We should have put money on what Capac's first thing related to the game was. Is he going to ask about the number of shells that there are in storage?
It's got to be food related still somehow.
Probably.
But one of these balloons contains a sandwich.
Well, maybe they're those chocolate seashells. I was literally looking at those in the supermarket yesterday.
Those hazelnutty ones.
Yeah.
Ian or whatever it is. Gillian? Ian? Never know whether it's presumably French, so it's probably something virtually unpronounceable in an Australian accent. Alright, I have arrived. At the Ronco. Huzzah! Wait, why do I keep landing up the front here? There's a whole runway I can land on. Oh.
Yeah, it's so bloomy.
Yeah. Oh, Capac's back on the Ronco.
I need energy. Wait. What the?
What do you want there?
I just saw like a bunch of like gas or smoke or something.
Was it me taking off?
Were you taking off from next to the survival kit?
No.
Oh no, I've just
Yeah.
noticed it's the most horrendous thing ever.
What?
In TeamSpeak, my flag has changed again, but have a look what it's changed to. It's
Yeah,
still
you're a
not
Kiwi
right.
now, aren't you?
I don't believe it. It's unacceptable. I mean, it's getting closer each time, so eventually...
Any chance of adding another section to the Ronco? We don't really know what to do with the sections we have.
More catwalks.
I mean, that's what TFE will do for sure.
Yeah.
But
So we're cutting off the containment facility, the top of it, and transplanting onto the Ronco?
no.
Oh.
Yeah, on top
Thanks,
of the
Daniel.
cockpit.
Yeah.
It's Capac behaving. I don't think so. I think I just accidentally unmuted and muted myself at the wrong time. Whoops.
Yeah, if we put the balloon containment on top of the bridge, that'll help keep it stabilized.
Anyone else want to sleep through the rest of this eclipse?
Please.
Depends how long it lasts for.
I want to sleep through the rest of the
Can't see
stream.
a thing. It's exactly the right level of darkness that the lights just blind you and nothing else
Yeah.
happens.
Ah, I can't see.
I've been flashbanged.
My eyeballs.
Yeah, it is a really bad level of dark, isn't it, Wasted? Alright, I've parked on the runway. So we need to get all of those balloons out of the containment facility first. Or at least turn them off so they fall on the ground.
What? I thought we were just detaching the whole thing and gluing it on.
No.
Like
no.
a big bubble
I
head
mean,
on top of
surely
the
your
cockpit.
crane can do that, Splitsy.
I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying I don't want to.
Oh.
Because I don't want those balloons to explode on the Ronco as I'm driving along.
I do.
What's having
I
Capac
know
carry
you
them onto
do.
the Ronco is safer?
What? What did you just say, TV?
What, having Capac carry them onto the Ronco is safer?
No. Grinding them down is safer.
I thought we couldn't grind them down.
Yeah, we can. We can. I was wrong. We can.
Well, that's not exciting.
I thought you'd be excited by me admitting I was wrong about something.
Nah.
Oh, that's the window.
Hang on, I'm building a bridge over to the Ronco. Make life a bit easier. Now. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can sort of reach.
He's adding stuff to a static grid. How could you?
Yeah, I couldn't remember our rules on that. What were our rules on that? It's not my grid.
I thought our rules were against adding more stuff onto it.
Are
Putting
they?
stuff off it was fine.
The rules were you're not allowed to do it unless you're doing it to detach the balloon containment and add it to the Ronco.
Yeah.
I specifically remember that's what the rules were specifically.
Uh-huh.
I mean, couldn't you just send a line of blocks out from the Ronco instead?
Yes, probably. So I guess it doesn't really matter. All I'm doing is trying to save a whole bunch of time in carrying parts across. Because it's quite high up there.
Well, if we grabbed the whole thing in one go, that would definitely save us some time carrying things across.
I love how you're continuing to try. I mean, it's unusual for you. Normally you give up much more easily.
No,
That's
it's because he doesn't want to help getting all this stuff.
that may be partially true. And it seems a shame to disassemble such an amazing octodome.
Hmm.
No.
No, that'll mostly work.
By accident.
Kind of have a pathway now.
I mean, we've also got a jetpack thing. We could have just parked a bit closer.
No, that was tricky. Getting that close is actually quite tricky. Just remember, TFE, everybody here drives on the left.
So?
So we have a pathway that is wide enough for us to pass each other if everybody drives on the left. So if we're passing each other, pass on the left. I.e., don't do that weird thing that Londoners do in the tube that doesn't make sense to me at all. Why do you pass on? I don't understand how that works.
Can we safely grab our hands the big ones?
Uh,
Or are you just grinding them?
I'm just grinding him.
They're all the way up there.
Shoot
You
them
can
down.
build vision them and turn them off, I think.
Oh, and I got my power, so.
TFE no left and right. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. We got this weird little radio console last time, didn't we?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the jetpack thing.
Oh.
Request refuel, request tow vehicle. What?
Oh, right, that radio thing.
What could they possibly have that could tow the Ronco?
I don't think it was meant for the Ronco.
It'd be interesting to find out, though.
Yeah, that would be false advertising.
I'm sure there are hidden terms and conditions somewhere.
I
yeah,
want
'cause,
my
I mean,
money back.
otherwise you could turn up with an asteroid and say it needs to be towed.
There are always hidden terms and conditions. We know Capac knows left and right because he always turns the opposite of what he's been told.
And then the one time you try to reverse psychology him, he actually does what you tell him to.
For once I was actually watching Capac at the right time.
Don't you be spying on me?
Watching you is spying?
He's trying to glean all my
Oh,
secrets.
DPS was trying to hold it so you could grind it.
Yeah.
Alright, that's it, isn't it? Yep, no more floaty bits.
The next person who comes along here is going to be really annoyed that there's nothing here.
Well, they'll have to go out and catch some more wild balloons to keep contained.
Well, we've got to replace the hole in the window so it doesn't look like we've been here.
Ow.
It's kind of like SpongeBob catching
No one
jellyfish.
No!
No! Ow! What the?
Huh. Why did that move sideways? And why is it still moving?
Yeah, one of the ones I dropped off tried to escape as well.
That's still moving for you, Capac?
Yeah.
Oh, they all are. Wind
Aerodynamics?
that's strong. I mean, we got 2.43 meter per second winds, which is quite strong. Yeah. Wow. Alright, well, that's done. Wasted, you, I believe, had some ideas on how you wanted to use some of these vacuum cells in a bee-like aircraft, right?
Nope.
No?
Nope. I figured you needed all the vacuum cells for whatever grand airship plans you have.
I'm sure, like, I was thinking, well, I was also thinking whether you wanted some, like, maybe even just, like, 2 of the larger cells for making a plane that has a bit more mass.
It isn't a plane.
Well, it'd still be a plane, but it might be able to handle turrets without going weird.
Oh,
No!
Because
Ow!
the balloons are very
Get off me!
massive
Why
while
were you climbing
very
a ladder,
buoyant.
Capac?
Or very light, basically. Yeah.
Because I'm a normal person.
So I thought
Why were you
you
back
could
up
maybe
there?
take
Why were
advantage
you
of that.
jumping down
and
the ladder on top
effectively,
of somebody that was climbing up?
Because I didn't know you were there.
the turret is a much smaller proportion of the total mass. It was just a thought. Because I think we've got enough. Let's check. Let's check how many
Yeah,
of
well,
these
no,
things
let
we've
me
got.
empty my stuff in, but figure out how much you actually got.
Vacuum. What do we got? What do they look like there? Vacuum cell.
Now, part of the problem with the subgrids is always going to be they have aerodynamic effect. So as soon as you're not pointing forwards, you're
But
pulling me around anyway.
You were also kind of dealing with mass effect as well.
Oh no, not Mass Effect.
No. No, great, now you've started Capac.
So we have 346 vacuum cells.
I don't know what that means.
We can make the Ronco float.
I mean,
Ow.
don't think that much. It means we can make. Let me get a calculator. We can make just shy of 29 balloons.
I'm still going to be honest with you, I'm not being obtuse here. I still don't really know what that means, if that makes sense.
No, I get that. I get that. I am going to attempt to give you some context when I figure out how many balloons there are on the current balloon.
Something like
Yeah.
9.
That'll
No.
give me an idea, because there's no frame of reference at the moment.
Yeah. No, I knew you weren't being deliberately obtuse. I was just giving the information as I obtained it. The current balloon has 20 of them.
So you
We
can
could
build a
make how
second
many?
one.
29, I think I said.
Okay, so we're not actually that well set for balloons if that's all you can lift with.
Well, I've added more to this since I attempted to lift your plane. Or the remnants of your plane. But if I say put 50 on this... Oh, no, wait. If I put 40 on this,
It couldn't
there's
lift
still
half the
some
plane.
left. Yeah.
Okay, it was the heavy half, but...
Yeah. I could, however, lift up like 6 tons of ice because I filled up just before we went live.
Hmm.
So there is. So if I double the number of balloons, should be able to lift a bit more than that because obviously all of the new ones will be providing 100% lift rather than some of these providing lift for the body. Still not a lot, is it? I still reckon if you want to try putting a pair of these in a plane fuselage and then seeing how it handles having a singular turret rather than several, I'm not averse to that being an idea.
I'll have a think about it. Let me see if I can got anything, man. They're also big and don't have cargo ports on them, so...
I just had an idea.
I can tell.
It's a rule bending, but stupid enough that we might accept it as a acceptably bent rule idea. So I said, remember at the start, we were hoping that we could have our large base be something carried by multiple smaller vehicles, and we each have to drive them and work together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I'm not sure if TFE sees where I'm going, but my idea is, so every vehicle is only allowed one direction of thrust, correct?
Yes.
Oh no.
With a balloon, we could have limpet vehicles with different directions of thrust. They're independent vehicles. They're just locked on with landing gear. We all have to coordinate because you can't control them all at once.
Okay, why?
At least initially, braking thrust. And the limpet vehicles could be the turrets.
Oh, it would work.
Yeah. Do you agree with the notion that it's not rule breaking but rather bending because it's stupid?
Only sort of. Because by the same dint, there's nothing stopping us from doing the same trick with the Ronco and just attaching thrusters to the Ronco using landing gear.
Sure. But we don't have any large grid thrusters.
How many small grid thrusters does it take to sail a Ronco?
I don't know. If we find enough, I'm down.
We left most of them back at the last base, if you remember.
We did leave. Oh, we left all the tiny ones.
Yeah, but you could have made an array of like 40 little thrusters there. That adds up.
It does, but it's still not going to
I
be
think
enough.
that's about how much thrust your balloon produces.
Probably, which means we need about 2,000 of them to get the Ronco to lift.
Oh, we better get cracking.
I think we'd need more powerful thrusters to attempt that maneuver. But they would have to be, if the thrusters are on it, they'd have to be attached by landing gear, because that's basically what we did with Capac's and my boat things when we attached them. We were using their props to drive the Ronco.
Yes.
Because the thing is, it's still going to be really hard to pull off, and that's what I really like about it. Yeah, Voltron. It's Voltron.
No, it's not, because Voltron had a purpose when pulled apart.
Well, they can all be. We can have multiple balloons, and we just bring them together. We can all make balloons, and then we just have to lock them on together in different directions of thrust.
But at that point, now each thing is now you're really pushy, because then at that point each thing has 2 directions of thrust technically, because they've all got balloons on them. Cheaty balloons.
All right, so rovers with thrusters. Is that what we're doing?
I don't know, maybe attack.
I thought we said the thrusters can only go on flying vehicles.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess they just have to be something that I park next to and we latch on to the balloon. The main thing is the control then becomes cooperative, which I quite like.
Yep.
Because we know how uncooperative certain people are, both intentionally and unintentionally here.
Yeah, wasted.
Yep, I know. I know.
Oh,
Waste-
Capac, your
Wasted
timing
would
then.
if you thought it was
You almost
funny.
got my screen covered in water. That's such a mouthful of water then.
Well, okay, and I mean, what you're describing at this point is incredibly straightforward. It's a couple of gas tanks, an engine, a seat, and a thruster.
Yeah.
And a landing gear.
Yeah. I guess do we kind of aim to have everybody pushing or everybody pulling outward? But they should be pushing. They should be facing the direction that your thruster produces thrust. Alright. So what I'm thinking is, at the moment, potentially I'm going to remove all of the balloons off this. Do you need me to move off this deck, or can I use this deck to build?
Use it. That's fun.
What's the easiest way to get cargo access?
Like we did last time.
Just rebuild it so that we can access again?
Yeah.
Cool. Would you like to try... Oh, I mean, I know it's very simple, but you sound like you have an idea for the module.
I mean, yes, I said it is a fairly straightforward device.
But it should probably have a custom turret controlled on it. So it can shoot. Right?
Fire all weapon.
Then we also end up with a Capac ejection mechanism.
Won't the control be on his side?
It doesn't have to be.
It seems like it would be of limited use.
But maximum hilarity. Okay, all balloons are off. You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to invert this and put the balloons at the bottom. Not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it's kind of what I want to do.
Fair enough.
So did you pick
I
up those
don't-
parts, or did they roll off the deck?
They rolled off the deck.
Oh dear. Did you see which door? Oh, it's got to be this direction, right?
It's going that way. No, I didn't see him, but I haven't picked him up, so they must have rolled.
Oh dear.
Or fallen through the levels of the runway.
Oh dear. I didn't hear clanging sound, so they probably haven't dropped down this. Oh well. I need to be more careful then. Noted.
Don't appear to be in the sections between the runway.
No. I don't know where they've gone. So, Capac, what are you TFE up to?
I'm running.
No, I was doing exactly what you suggested.
What did I suggest?
No, maybe suggest is not the right word. What you said I'd be doing.
Oh, you're making catwalks everywhere?
Well, it's only one set of catwalks.
So yes.
Oh, Capac has chopped off the top of the thing. You've left nothing for anyone to find if they come across this later. Gotcha.
Look, you already stripped it of its purpose in life. I just put it out of its misery.
It might be a bit too big to play football with.
Ah. Rocket League Ronco edition.
Yeah.
Right,
Imagine
so-
That means
turn-
you have to have
turning
more
around
than
would
one
be a
Ronco
pain.
in the same place. I don't think that's a good idea.
That's right. Splits, you'll just spawn another one in.
No, I'm just...
What the? Was that the balloons?
Nah, it was the cockpit.
Well, it was the balloons falling on.
Yeah, I forgot how heavy they were when I did that. Because they're balloons, I keep thinking of them as light, not, oh, this will be heavy enough to crush the cockpit. Trying to make it so I could reach them.
Why do I feel like Splitsy's version of the Hindenburg is only a matter of time?
I mean, I suppose he has the same problem of having no access to helium.
Oh no. Don't you go off the edge there, balloons.
Don't know what you're talking about, Perseus. This unknown signal is going to have the best item in the game in it.
What, your name written on its
Man, I
explosive?
hope it explodes in your face now.
Hear the
Everybody,
distant boom,
wait for it.
then followed by a...
What's that?
Unfortunately, don't have Capac on my spectator. I should lock onto him. Wait, why are you back here, Capac?
Trying to
Should we
bring
go
an
into
unknown
your-
signal to you and blow you up.
Thought you were going to an unknown signal. Very confusing.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for all the pieces to click together.
Oh, you're already back? It did explode?
It did, it was far enough away we didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
Now it is 3 kilometers away.
I mean, Capac.
What?
I'm trying not to grind the deck. You bumped me. I ground the deck.
Hmm.
Oh, that missed. Oh, sorry, wasted.
You better not have damaged his plane.
What plane?
Oh, right, of course.
No, I'm just throwing stuff off the deck so that I don't have to clean it up.
Damaged it so badly you can't
I
even see
accidentally
it
hit
anymore.
wasted with it.
Oh no. Oh. Oh, thank you, lag.
It's kind of fun watching the aero pieces float to the ground because they actually catch a bit of wind.
They don't fall very slowly, that's for sure.
I was thinking, how bad it would go if I tried attaching a catwalk to the top of the hinge, but it doesn't really work.
Very badly.
You should try
Okay.
it.
We don't want to explode everything.
That's quit and talk.
Especially with the problems this already has with crashing into itself.
These engines are just loud, so that's nicer.
They are. Are you going to add them to sneaky sounds?
They already are,
Oh, jeez.
I think.
Are they? You sure?
I don't know. Clearly, I don't know.
It's your mod.
I'm not sure they are. Because
It-
I
it-
typically don't run sneaky sounds.
Hmm.
And that doesn't sound any quieter than normal.
You don't run sneaky sounds?
Oh, normally, no.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. There's so many annoying sounds.
Next thing Waste's going to tell us he plays with progression on.
How much welding and grinding and the like do you think I do on a regular basis?
Yeah, fair.
Did you guys move the balloon containment?
No?
I think it's escaping.
It's rolling away.
It is escaping, yes.
It's the wind moving
It's
it.
the wind is slowly rolling it off that direction.
Huh. Interesting.
Time to go bowling.
Maybe I was wrong about the.
Hey, Wasted, I fixed your piston elevator over here.
What was wrong with it?
Now it is usable in either
Oh,
state.
What is this?
Huh.
You haven't even
Fair
painted
enough.
it?
I don't have time
That
to
is-
paint.
Surprisingly tidy, Capac. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't you didn't change the bottom of the bit on the left so that it was a triangle and looked neater.
Well, I'm now one with it, so
You stuck there.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You see, I don't do the welding and grinding because I play this game mostly for the joining and glazing.
Oh! Jeez, I thought I pushed Capac off.
Do you need me to move this out of the way, Wasted?
Nah.
Let me know when, if you do.
I have got the warning sign for explosives saying no fire and no sparks, and immediately behind it is a giant fire pit.
That is the joke, dear me.
I mean 2 fire pits. And
And it's also
And
right
it's-
next to 2 missile launcher cannons.
the random thing just making smoke.
Was the point.
Oh wait, the random thing making smoke is my random thing making smoke.
Oh, it's your first reactor.
Oh man.
I guess Spencer complain about mine and Capac's literally, then Waste just got an entire section of trailer that is basically hoarding.
I am hoarding nothing. Leave me alone.
What,
This
this
is
is all
the
this is all decoratively placed with
When
precision.
did I complain about your hoarding?
I mean, you
Some
complained about
of
us
this
littering.
is placed with precision. I even tidied it up last week.
Yeah, it looks somewhat
I-
organised now.
Had to get,
Banana's
had to get
certainly
the
in a place.
barriers
Got a
in.
chair with one.
Yeah, I was
Leg?
wondering what had happened to these little barricades. I thought Splitsy had just ground them all down because he was annoyed at me putting them all on the elevator.
No,
No,
I
no.
carried them up the elevator and I brought them over here. Or I
They're
got TFP to do
protecting
it. It was one of
the
them.
Nana and the shark. You wouldn't want the shark to get out, or someone to get in. That could be bad. And the chair with one leg, I don't know. It just has one leg. Don't ask me.
You should combine it with the ones.
At
that
one
got two
point,
legs.
at one point, the leg disappeared. It did have 2 legs to begin with. In 1 week, just had 1 leg.
And
As thieves
Yes.
go, this one's not doing particularly good job.
oh, this is the Capac sound block. Okay, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. We got all sorts of toys. See, the way I'm seeing things at the moment, as let's see, is I can't really build your attachment points because there's nothing to attach them to anymore, and I may need to wait a tad until you are done with what you're currently doing.
It is perfectly valid. Yes. Any thoughts on how to make this thing look interesting?
The bad sign is
Two
Splits is asking
thoughts.
us for help.
I mean, you said you were putting the. Do the cells have to be on the bottom or on the top, or can they just be
They can just be.
the body of it, basically?
I guess it depends what the job of this thing is.
Skyboat. Skyboat.
So if it's Skyboat, is it meant to be a cargo lift? Like, am I meant to use this thing to collect stuff?
It could be a sky pirate boat.
Like, is it?
Sky gunboat. I don't know.
Well, that's kind
Your
of where
balloon,
I'm at.
what are you building it for? Why are you
don't
asking me why
know.
you're building a balloon?
Why is he doing this?
I don't know why I'm building it. That's why I'm asking for help.
One time Splitsy doesn't have a plan.
So, initially, I was hoping to use it to help pick up stuff where the crane couldn't reach.
Oh.
So that we could get stuff up on the
Trucker
deck,
vehicle
or like,
on the horizon.
okay, tow vehicle.
Also,
Did you
why is-
activate the thing, Capac?
No?
Also, why is it now called Static Grid 8813? Did Capac rename it?
Oh.
I guess it's lost the balloon containment.
No, it's because that's display grid name, and when Capac cut the containment, that became the smaller grid, so it got a random name.
Ah.
TFE, stop interrupting my trains of thought. Dang it.
He doesn't have a train
you
of
didn't
thought.
have one. You didn't know what to
pretend.
do.
Well, clearly he was going to make it into a train. He's making a sky train.
Ah, Skytrain, right. Better, that's
I've
true.
made a
Better
Skytrain.
Better than Skyboat.
So originally, the idea was this could be useful for picking up your plane and getting it on the deck if you can't land on the deck, that sort of thing. If picking up one of the random vehicles to get it on the deck, all those sorts of stuff. That was my original idea, but it doesn't seem like we really need that all that much because the crane can lift most things and can reach the runway.
You sure we didn't press the button?
I definitely 100% did not press the button.
I didn't press the button either. I don't even know where the button is.
I know I have a soundbite of Capac saying something about lying, but I don't have it on my soundboard. I mean, I've got
one
this.
about him pressing buttons.
That's not true.
Oh, wait, no, they're returning something.
Oh.
Sadly.
What is that?
What, is it a bit of the Solar Dragon?
No, it's TFE's Dragster
It is.
3.
Ah, they
It's a
retrieved
solar
it.
dragster,
Oh,
whatever
3.0
version.
or whatever it is.
The race car with a bunch of containers
Yeah, that
stuck
I
on
got
the back.
wedged in a mountainside.
Why?
Well, they're proving their skill. If they could dig it out of the side of the mountain that TFE left it in, that's a testament to their towing capabilities.
Okay. I mean, I do enjoy that it's that bit of rubbish they're upset about, not all the actual bits of rubbish we've left on the ground. Okay, so fine. I need to decide on a role for this thing, and my decided upon role is Guy Gunboat.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't say anything about the balloon containment.
I don't think they're surprised after seeing any of the
I
things.
don't think
we've
it's
done.
theirs.
And yeah, it's Baz's in. It's Baz's in, isn't it?
No, but if I was them, I would have asked what on earth was going on around here.
Yeah, why is there a giant sphere almost inside
Oh,
a tree?
Is the sphere that unusual, given what it's next to?
Well, not now that we're starting the Ronco Rocket League.
You look at that and you're like, well, that's a sphere. You know what it is. Fairly self-explanatory.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
the fact it's a giant glass sphere just sitting on its own.
still think it makes more sense than the Ronco.
That's because it's a crystal ball of
Yeah.
a giant witch.
I think it might be an egg. Ronco egg. We wait long enough.
Oh. It's the
Oh,
egg
it's
of
a
one of those
pupa.
Swarovski crystal birds.
Man, this is so hard to navigate. Wasted. How do you?
This is
how
a
are you ever
sponsored
gonna
stream.
get through that? I
Get
was
through what?
struggling. Get from the front of the Ronco to here. It was a genuine struggle to get through that. Because the
This has been fun.
sign is in just the wrong spot.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I do need to
I
make
know
some
it is.
calls.
That's because you have to jump in just the right spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining is difficult for you.
Nah, I put the sign there. I know the tricks.
Yeah. Anywhere I can put a chair? I'll just try.
And the trick is, you go left. You go right, not left.
And you were asking if I knew left from right.
What?
This is already forgotten.
No. It's just. Never mind. All right. Gunboat ship. You guys are going to be gun appendages to the central body of this thing. Does this need a connector? Probably not. But I'll put one on anyway. Oh. Oh, wasted. I just read an idea in chat that we may have to attempt.
Mm-hmm.
If I built the balloon with a crane on the bottom, you could
No.
possibly straighten the tree.
No way this could possibly end badly.
Or I could use the crane and try and straighten the tree. Hey, it's an offer, not a... Yeah. Don't need to point your gun at me.
It
Only
sounds like a
broke my
threat to
tree
me.
once.
Yeah, but I could use the crane to actually fix it. If we pick up the tree in its current state, just take it off the deck, take it down the front, and then we straighten it up, relock it, and then bring it back to the back.
He wants to steal my tree now.
The way
Alright.
he's saying actually has me worried.
You know, we could repair the tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting.
Hmm.
But that's okay. We don't need to.
I mean, if it's still alive after being in a fire for this long.
There is one practical concern.
What's that?
Just one.
If we fix it, I'm not sure the runway works.
Okay, that's fair.
It might need to be broken for the runway to get over the top.
We could
Yeah, fair.
foreshorten it.
You've already foreshortened it once. Leave it alone. Might be alright. I don't know. You're just getting distracted. Build your balloon.
I mean, that is an accurate statement, but I figured it was an idea worth sharing. I don't think we'd ever
It's
really...
a good idea. I just don't trust you with that crane.
What?
I've seen how badly it flails around when it gets out this end of the vehicle.
Yeah, but it's a subgrade, so nothing bad happens.
To the crane?
No, to anything. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh well.
Should I go a helm?
What the? Oh.
Maybe a helm's fun.
He doesn't want to hang around collecting.
No, it is a bit annoying how long it needs to wait.
You just set this up for in-air refueling.
I figured more collectors and more hydrogen tanks means longer flight times and less time refueling.
Well, no, but what I'm thinking is we need to configure it for in-air refueling for the plane. And come and dock up, we can do some fancy shenanigans.
You know what? If this thing ends up being stable enough, I'd be game.
Be the first time anyone's seen in-air refueling in space engineers, I think.
Because
Second time, I think.
Because the balloon can go quite quickly, so it's not like you're going to be flying to a static balloon. The balloon just needs to fly in a straight path, and you come along, and then we just
line
lock.
up with the tube.
Yeah.
Once locked on, everything will be fine, and there'll be no problems.
Yeah, well, because the balloon's so heavy, it shouldn't be a problem.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. There's a lot of
I've
problems.
seen it in-air refueling before, TUV?
Yeah, Constantine's done it.
Oh, fair. If it was going to be anybody, that doesn't surprise me.
If you say
That's
Constantine's
just like,
done it,
yeah, I'm
then
not even
it's
going to
just
doubt
instant
that.
belief.
Yeah, it probably did.
Instant, like, yeah, of course.
In-air refueling, also known as mid-air explosion, yes.
Yeah, I've got an O2H2 gen on board. One O2H2 gen, 2 engines, 2 collectors, 6 little tanks. I might try and add some more little tanks just because...
You won't need it.
No?
6 is good. Most of my planes have had 2.
Yeah, the balloons require power.
Yeah, okay, but even then.
That's the main reason why it seems to have
Yeah.
run low more than once.
But then in that case, you may need to consider O2 gen and engines, depending on what thrust you're planning on putting on that.
Well, that's what I've got.
Only got one, haven't you?
I've got 2 engines.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like that's not that much.
Oh,
out.
you meaning more?
Yeah. Depends on what thrust you're putting on there. Depends on how much these balloons drain. You've got 3,000 watts at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Oh yeah, if we're refueling, then I want more tanks, won't I? Because I need to have fuel to give you fuel.
Also, there might be an argument of what you are building is an aircraft, so some symmetry of mass might not be a bad thing.
Yes.
I'm more thinking from the angle of that would allow you to duplicate the engines, and because the engines are quite heavy.
What I could do is, I think maybe take these tanks off. Put an engine there on each side, and that's going to bring me about to where, because I'm still toying with the concept of the slightly flying saucer styled thing.
Mm-hmm.
We go that. Got batteries in the middle, so that's providing a decent amount of weight to there. Always feels good putting hydrogen tanks next to a connector. I love that.
Never goes wrong.
Yeah. Then I should be able to put some up on the deck height. What I'm thinking is I will enter via the ramp to get up to here. I'll put some seats on here as well, because at least make this so that we can use it for all of us from the outset. Go with that. And I was going to try and make that somewhat enclosed in there, with the balloons all surrounding, and then we kind of enter from the back side of
Glass,
it.
you say?
Glass? I don't know about glass, but probably, yeah.
Might as well, if you're going to be inside like that.
Hmm.
Get some sort of view.
Oh. Wasted.
What?
Is this your cheese mobile?
It's not cheese. It's the Jamaican flag, I'll have you know.
I am so interested to see you try and fly this.
Okay.
I'm presuming you've done the thing that... I'm presuming you haven't done, I should say, the thing that TFE always does. Wait, are those are assault cannons, right?
Yeah.
And their recoil goes through center of mass, unlike... Yeah. So that'll pack
And
some
they're
punch.
balanced so that, yeah, I don't get thrown around too bad by them, indeed.
Yeah.
I still do, don't get me wrong, but...
Now, is this fly or boat?
Fly. Definitely fly.
Man,
You'll spot it.
aerodynamics is weird.
Yes, it is. It's not a cheesemobile so much as it's I'm going to employ all the things I've learned about what blocks provide the most lift.
No, it's 100% cheesemobile. You've got an internal thruster.
I don't have one internal thruster.
He's got
You
more
can
than
see the
one.
one at the back from the back.
Yeah, we go into third person. Can you see them from here? Yeah, go into third person.
Oh,
and
you've
look down
got
on the top.
two. You got one on top as well.
No.
Have you got even more hidden elsewhere?
No, they're all there. They're just there's two on there's two on top, one in front of the other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So two of them are
Yeah.
internals and two of them are actually at the back.
They're I believe they're mirrored. Actually, there's just on the bottom there's plates that cover them over, and on the top there's not.
Cheeky.
Look, it's a base game feature. That's not even anything to do with abusing mods. That's Space Engineers. It's not my fault that they did the thruster ranges so that it doesn't damage blocks very far away.
Hey, I'm calling it cheesy, not cheaty.
Okay, I'll take that.
Wasted's bringing the cheese board, everybody.
A fresh cheese board as well.
Oh, fresh. So it's just all like...
It's craft
curds.
cheese. Is
I could go some cheese.
couple of
You know you're meant to let it go moldy, right?
delicate little pots of cheese whiz, and you know.
No, you're meant to let it get infected with cheese flies. Then you got to put it in a paper bag. And when the popping stops, you know it's ready to eat. That's how they do it in Italy.
That was an impressively stacked levels of wrong, Capac. I'm genuinely impressed at how many layers of wrong you managed to pile into that.
I'm not even making it up. That's what you do.
Wait, we have another solar eclipse? It's already dark again.
Sun's
Oh, no,
gone
the
down.
sun's, oh, the sun's actually
Now
going down.
sunset. So now we can actually sleep. We should also probably go to our bedrooms since TFE put effort into making them.
How do we know which one's which?
I don't know. I don't know if they've got names on them.
I thought TFE might have some kind of answer, but
Well, we know which one's Capac's. Because Capac
In
didn't
fact,
move.
does not.
Alright. Well, off to sleep.
Capac is the one that's got a window into his bedroom.
Mine's the
Some
one that's difficult to get into.
Signposted doors. I have a bedroom. I normally sleep on the couch.
I think TFE made you a bedroom.
Yeah, there's 4.
Wait, what the?
What, four? Oh. I'm not allowed to sleep on the couch then. I've been
Well,
usurped
I've
from my
got
trailer.
an external bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't
that
even
was
know how
kind
to
of
get
unavoidable.
down. So,
Yep.
you know, there's that.
Part of my floor is a speed module.
Oh, here we go. There's some stairs. Where does this go?
All
There's
right,
a thruster.
Splitsy was the one that was impossible to get to.
Yep.
Is this
Under
my
the-
bedroom? This bed not
Yet
be my
I'm,
bedroom.
and yet I'm the first in.
I'm in a room. I would stress. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not going to be fussy.
All right, 99, everybody. Don't let the Capac bugs bite.
I assume the entirely blank, empty cheese room is not actually my bedroom. But it seems to fit.
Wait, I want the cheese room.
These room.
Wake up, everybody! It's
I
morning.
don't know. I went down a set of stairs and it ended at a room that is just yellow
You know, it's
and has nothing in it.
it's like they
That's
say in
definitely not
that
it.
song.
But it is airtight,
What-
so I'm taking
Where
it.
is Wasted?
I think he's in the old downstairs bit.
There's a thruster down here.
Sweet dreams are made of cheese. That's
No,
how
they're
that
not.
song goes.
Who am I to disagree?
Exactly.
No, sweet dreams are not made of cheese. Cheese can give you very unpleasant dreams.
That's a myth.
No. No, it's not.
Those weird dreams are your own
Is-
fault. You
Is
can't blame
Splitsy
it on the
using an appeal
cheese.
to authority here?
Just because the turnip men come for you at night when you have some cheese and crackers too late.
I mean, you got to
Can't
have a
just
fair
blame
amount
it
of
on the
cheese for it to have
cheese.
the impact, but it does have an impact. At least the last thing I
Splitsy.
saw about it that was semi-authoritative. What's up, Wasted?
If you
person?
look now,
in
you'll
orange?
see what I was talking about.
Oh, what the?
They have an even shorter cone, so there's lots of those.
Are those meant to be floating like that?
You are going to have so much pain building this.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, it is an absolute nightmare, and I do this to myself over and over again where I'm like, yeah, this is
Ow.
a great plan. Oh, wait. How do I weld it in survival?
Well, no, how are you going to get all those? You've got to make sure you get the thrusters in by
Mhm,
grabbing
mhm.
the thrusters.
Hmm? I know.
Uh-huh.
I have a bit of a plan for how this works, ish.
Okay. Okay.
The middle row goes in first, the rest can be attached to that middle row.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I
Oh,
think
wait.
this next attempt at UFO, which is going to be the actual attempt at UFO, is not going to go according to plan, and we'll need some adjusting after the fact.
Official assessor on deck.
Am I not seeing most of this projection?
Yes, correct. Because I've got show only billable on, because if I have the whole thing on, let me show you
Wait,
the problem.
since when do we have
Ah.
projectors?
Yeah, I thought it looked a little weird.
We've always had projectors.
I haven't used them.
Yes.
Getting at the stuff in
Because-
there, not going to be much fun. Hence,
Because I used the thruster
Yeah, it does seem a bit tricksy.
mod like components, we are able to have projectors without sidestepping block restrictions.
I mean, technically, you wouldn't need them anyway, because it's not like I'm welding those thrusters. I am
No, but you could accidentally do it. And
physically putting ones in there.
Splitsy could put a welder on the end of his crane.
I can, but I can't get components to it. It'd have to have its own connector and cargo system and power. Oh no,
Yeah,
it wouldn't have
it's,
to have its own power because I do have a connector on the end of my crane. So there are two connectors. We could do it.
No, I've got a better idea. Thank you, Capac. That was a good hint. What we do is at some point I lower this conveyor block down one. I put a welder, just large grid welder on there, and I spin the projection.
That will help you, but it'll probably weld up so much that you'll then have to cut bits out so that you can get your thrusters in.
Yeah. In reality, I'm probably just going to have to build it like this, unless I can get the thrusters in now, which I might be able to, and then we do the spinny thing.
Hey, Capac. You're usually good at this stuff.
Oh dear.
So with the medium-sized balloons, I want to make something that is round and somewhat flying saucer shaped around this central body.
Okay. What's a medium-sized balloon?
It is 3x3x4, I think. That size.
Okay.
I don't know if the smalls provide as much lift per like unit of area, like volume, or not.
I would be very surprised if Frosted did anything other than make it linear. Or, if not linear, then directly in relation to block size.
Well, the small
block
ones have 2
volume,
cells
I
and the
should
big
say.
ones have 12, so I'm wondering if it's related to the number of cells. The big ones are 6 times as much as the smalls.
Makes sense. Oh, the big ones also.
They're not 6
they're
times, no.
5
think-
times the size.
Yeah, I think they're possibly more efficient. Possibly.
Hmm.
Oh no, I can get 6 in that same space.
What if they're...
Yeah. You got to get a bit inventive with your stacking, but you can get them in them.
The small ones are 2x3x2. The small ones have 6 cubes, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's 5, not 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5x3, 15.
So I think because of that, there is a
45
1
of them.
block difference, and thus the small ones are technically by a single block more efficient.
Hmm.
Because the
wonder if
math
we're gonna
doesn't
see-
quite break down.
I wonder if we're going to see Frosty in chat going, well, it's actually.
Yeah, probably. He is a bit of a well actually sort of guy.
Well, he did make him.
That's just
He's
winding
got
Frosty
every
up.
right to be in this one.
That's just winding Frosty up. He's my judge on engineer wars at the moment, so.
Yeah.
Well, 3v5 isn't too bad.
So, I think Frosty might have just been chatting to the other guys. What is going on with my build planner? Why is it being like this?
It's bad. It's always been bad, and it's bad now. Poor substitute is a poor substitute.
The salt machine's out already.
Oh,
It's snowy over there.
let's not forget that it is a replacement for something that did it slightly better.
Nick those smalls in there anyway, because they will be useful. Because that volume is not going to be used for anything else. What are you thinking, Capac?
Yes.
You're just thinking
course.
yes.
Agreed.
I wouldn't normally take Capac to be a yes man.
Oh, that's where you guys can kind of go from.
I love it. You sat in the seat on top of that for a while earlier.
Yeah, the same based on volume.
So... Wait, why are you...
Yeah, and they do have to be oriented the way that they were, because that's the way the arrows point. Tricky, yeah?
Yeah, a bit.
So I was just debating whether to leave some space or whether to just kind of start slapping them on there and see what shape we kind of end up with.
Well, I think you want a... You're going to need a 1 block gap in the middle.
You reckon?
Yeah, so it should be something like...
Well, hang on. What we should also check is probably where the center of mass of this grid currently is.
Possibly.
Which is... we actually might be good if we move those rear ones forward.
What?
to line up perfectly. Because the center of mass is almost on the edge of that block. Currently. Like I am right now, standing dead on top of the center of mass. I do have this balloon locked to the runway, yes.
Well, I mean, I guess we could. But, yeah.
Yeah, so Capac, these two on this side are now perfectly split front to back
No, but that
by center of mass.
wrong.
No, by the center of mass marker, correct.
Yes, but that won't work for what we're trying to do.
Ah, okay. I know. I can add a gyro. Gyros can be fit anywhere. But gyros get in the way of adding other things later. How tall do you reckon we go?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we need to go tall enough that we can enclose in the roof.
Doesn't look right.
Let me know when you feel like you've got something that I can start welding up, and I'll start welding it up. We can always use the lightweight aero armor blocks to give it some shape at the end, once we've got the balloons in place. I believe I heard some words the other day being described where Capac was being described not as patient, but as bloody-minded.
Long suffering?
I think this describes Wasted right now.
Yep. What, you think I'm not?
No, it was just it.
I
was
am
just
the most stubborn of all of us, I guarantee you that.
I was just watching you put the thruster on, and I'm like, yep.
Hey, those were the easy ones. I've got to put the ones alongside them next.
Uh,
That fit in the little right angle corner. That's gonna be, yeah.
Am I adding weapons to the balloon? Yes. I plan to have like
Limpets.
limpet turrets. The other guys will be the weapons.
I am a weapon. That's true. Although, perhaps more of a tool some of the time.
I do wonder how much that translates.
Apparently we're weapons of mass distraction.
I'll get rid of these ones on top to make it easier for our Capac, because it's probably distorting perspective a bit. So at the moment, Capac, it is an elongated shape, but I kind of like it as a UFO rather than being perfectly saucer shaped. It's slightly elongated, front to back.
You mean you want to know which way around you're pointing? Crazy.
There is a little problem of how in the heck do I get out now?
Don't.
I wonder if I can make this.
Well, one with the machine. Honestly, you should be thanking the Omnisci for his gifts.
Nope, because the only thing I ever see anything from that universe is Nurgle, and no thank you.
The flesh is weak.
I'm not looking forward to another winter of nursery Nurgles.
You dare reject Papa Nurgle's blessings?
They blessings or curses?
Yes.
Blessings.
Yeah, I think that's pretty UFO-y.
Yeah, I think so too. Now we need to make it thicker. Taller. But how many balloons have we got?
I don't know.
I will count them. Well, I'll use your avatar to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 on that layer. So if we do another layer with a bit further out, how far out would you go?
Don't know.
Can you start laying out another layer and on top of that? And I'll start welding these up.
How do I get up there?
Well, that's part of the problem. You've kind of blocked off the path to that, so we're going to need a ramp at the back or some method of getting up there. Yeah, so this currently has less lift than its previous iteration. Also, that connector is going to be perfectly useless, so I'll have to change that up. That's fine. Do that.
So you want to go wider on the next layer?
Yeah, I was thinking the next layer goes wider, and then the layer on top goes back to this. So we get a kind of a curved shape on all edges.
Okay.
And then we can do some fun stuff with armor and where we think the limpets are going to go. UFO elevator extending ramp. Oh dear. I mean, it might have to be that. Horrible. Because subgrids on moving things that are not... I mean, this thing's going to be pretty heavy, so maybe it'll be okay. I have to see what the mass of the whole thing is once it's done to see whether I can make some mechanism for getting on board that's more alien and terrifying. How many balloon cells do we have? It was enough for 49, 49 medium cells. Medium balloons. So we're still going to need to collect some more to fill this thing out, but if we get most of them placed, we can then just gradually add to it as we get the parts and still have it look nice, or interesting, at least.
If it can't look nice, it can look interesting. That's my motto.
TFE,
What?
I see what you did at the back of the Bronco.
Ah, why is the ball rolling towards me? Hang on.
The wind has changed direction.
Yes, it's trying to run me down. Wait, what have I done at the back of the Bronco?
The most pointless of spoilers. that only adds drag?
No, I didn't do that.
But you, Capac.
Aha! I've fooled everybody!
Also, the ball has just crashed.
I mean, you didn't really fool anybody, Capac.
What do you
I mean,
mean?
assumed
You're
I'd
the one that
done,
was just
so-
accusing TFE of doing it.
Yeah, but you two aren't that different.
It doesn't matter.
I feel like it does.
Foolery has still succeeded. My
Uh-huh.
job here is done.
You didn't go very far out on the next layer, did you?
Nope.
Oh, I was
It's
thinking
all
further than
about
that, but
subtlety.
okay.
That's my motto.
How do we get
That's
in?
a sound clip. What's his reaction?
Uh, hmm. Kind of crawl through there, I guess. That stays a gap. Oh, jeez. It is a
You're
good thing
doing
that the... oh. We're going to need to move a little bit for Wasted when he gets close to finishing.
I think I'll be alright. I can always spin the rotor I'm on. Because I'm offset
Ah!
on it.
Ow!
Sorry.
I hang off the other edge.
How rude.
You weren't... You moved just as I started to grind those blocks. I was going to give you an exit. Yeah, of course. Your ability to spin the thing is something I keep forgetting. Yeah, there we go, Capac. You just crawl in and out through this. Okay, so now I need to fit hydrogen tanks and more balloons in here.
Can I get up here?
Where are you trying to get up? Capac, I literally put a ramp at the back.
Yeah, and I literally fell in a hole at the front.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
I do what I want.
I don't think you wanted to do that. I think sometimes you don't do what you want.
Incorrect.
Poss.
It's all part of my plan.
Capac, did you make yourself a little parkour of ramps that you jumped from one side to the other?
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love that.
These guys with their fancy jumping technology.
Yeah, because we're outside the jetpack range. Looks like a capsule hotel.
Oh, it's
Huh?
alright.
Oh, Capac, do you reckon we should try and get this? We should need to try and get the survival kit in here too. So I might need to rearrange these seats. I don't think I need to actually... I think I can grind down the survival kit. Pretty sure we can make survival kits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just grind it. Capac, you trying to drop it on my head?
It's fine.
Sounds like exactly what sort of thing you do.
Is this thing actually attached to the ground?
It's locked to the runway, yeah.
Thought it was floating off for a second.
That would be bad because it doesn't have a gyroscope at this point. Also, alright, because the engines are off, doesn't have power. Now, balancing the mass of the survival kit.
Yeah, that's not a light thing to be including.
It wasn't too bad last time, so I'd probably be okay.
Energy low.
Although it's completely pointless, I do sort of want to keep it so you can look out the front.
Yeah, I was going to put a window in there.
Yeah, I thought so. Even though it does feel pointless, it just also feels nice. Put it in the floor instead of the connector. I think Capac's already... Oh no, the connector's there. I could move the O2H2 gen to where the connector is, and then put it in the floor there. Yeah, that could work. Uh-oh.
See you later.
Oh no!
There goes my solar panel.
What the?
Splitsy's gone to the moon.
Why is it floating upside down?
It's not.
That's definitely a UFO.
Now it is.
Oh, I have no thrust. I have no control.
Well, see ya.
I don't know what to do.
Just go wherever the
start
wind
turning
takes
off
you.
some of them. Oh no, that's too much, too fast.
I thought you said you were attached to the runway.
I was, and then I ground down the block that was apparently providing the attachment.
Yeah, the only choice here is going to be in groups of cells, turning them on and off to try and sort of slowly
Hold
bring
on,
yourself
hold
down
on.
to the floor again.
Yeah, because I don't
At which
have...
point you'll probably be
Oh.
upside down.
That's a screenshot.
Do you not
right
have a
there.
gyro?
No.
Well, yeah, that'll do it. Lots of space to build all of a sudden.
I got a lovely screenshot of Wasted staring off at the waffle in the sky with the moon in the background.
The cookie that's slowly disappearing.
I may have the parts for a gyro, but if I get out of this helm, I'm falling out.
So wait
can't-
until
I don't
it's
think we
in the
can
right
help you with
orientation.
that, unfortunately.
You are going downhill, down, descending quite fast.
Am I?
You are very close to the ground now.
He's gonna crash into a tree.
You
Oh,
have
oh.
landed.
I am upside down.
That, I think, was expected.
Okay, Capac, can you come down here with the gyro and add it? I'll then go up, and I'll turn myself over.
Take pots for 2 gyros.
That's probably a good idea.
That way you can override one.
Ah, what the?
Energy critical.
Is it?
And now we get to name it the Batard. I like it.
Oh.
Is it cargo?
Uh,
Grr.
too good to not use as well.
Yep. You can thank Big B for that one.
Too scared to get out.
But it might float away.
I'm just going to go again because the engineer gets out and it's suddenly lighter.
Yeah, I've turned it off, so it should be fine, but I am just not remotely confident. Capac, are you on your way?
Yeah.
No, that's insult to injury.
20
TFE.
to go.
What?
He's come to save you in the
was just
Solar
getting
Dragster
around
3,
look.
hasn't he?
Yes.
Rescue by the only vessel that can. Oh,
No,
I can't help at the moment. I ain't got
That's
a
fine. I'll
plane.
probably crash into invisible trains once
What
you come
the-
up at me.
Well, that's new.
Yeah, new and improved. Technically, it's just quick change to version
Improved is
3.5.
a strong word.
The wheels are bigger. That's an improvement for off-roading capability.
Yeah, why it does do nothing.
Well, there's one gyroscope.
Cool.
Also, it turns a lot better now.
Did you bring any extra bits, Capac?
Yeah.
If you can build a quick ramp to get yourself up on the top, you could rebuild the mag plates on the engines.
Capac, you might be able to jump up the front of my vehicle and get on top.
Oh yeah, that could work too.
There's 2 gyroscopes.
Excellent. Now climb up on the solar dragster and then jump on top of this. And pop a...
You can... Capac, you can jump up the windscreen on the front as well.
It's alright, I got it.
Hey, you can use the wheel, although the wheel's a bit weird.
A bit?
Hey! I'm talking about climbing on them. See, it was helpful.
Can you attach them to the engines?
What?
Hydrogen engines? Mag plate. Do they have an attachment point there? I can't remember. Oh yeah, cool.
I don't have a motor.
You can probably steal one from one of the cells, one of the vacuums.
I immediately engaged reverse when you said that. Like I was going to suggest stealing from the drag, so...
Alright, there you go.
Alright. Wish me luck.
No. Sounds unhappy. It's rising. Capac's gonna fall off.
No, he's gonna try and roll around with it.
No.
Have the agility of a cat.
I hope you have the falling ability of one.
Here's Capac. Come on. Over you go. Alright, that's
From the
not
side,
liking me.
it looks like you've made... If you had another solar panel on the other side, it looked like, what is it, Boba Fett ship. Or is it Jango Fett? I forget which one.
Well, it's just called Boba Fett ship now
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
name is not allowed to be spoken out loud because it's, the word is too dangerous.
Are we still rolling, Capac? Or am I stuck?
It
We're
looks
just
like you're
kind of
just drifting.
drifting.
I'm more surprised Capac hasn't
We're
fallen
not
off
turning?
yet.
We're sort of headed that way.
Whoa! What the? Okay, I think there's some desync shenanigans going on with
Oh.
my inputs. Alright, I think we might need to build more of these balloons.
You don't seem to be having a problem floating.
We're still upside down.
Yeah, we need to build the ones on top so that there's more buoyancy on top, because that's otherwise it's going to
Just turn the cockpit the other way around.
We also might want to bring a thruster over, so we can actually provide some thrust.
We're going down.
I know, I'm doing that.
He's sinking.
Oh, what Are we gonna run into a tree or just the ground? Just the ground.
I think there's an invisible tree there. You're taking off again?
We're headed for the
Yes,
ocean.
TFE, I'm deliberately taking off again while frantically doing things in the control panel.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh,
Okay.
Don't unbuckle your safety harness until we've come to a full and complete stop.
All right, Capac. Now we need to weld up the top balloons. So that hopefully we can turn this thing over, because at the moment we can't.
Oh, I don't have... Do you want to, like, disassemble the lower ones to do the top ones?
can I
Yeah,
just
that
load
might
up
be a
with the
good idea.
components on my dragster and bring them over?
You could, that would be helpful.
Inventory full. Inventory
But we'll also try and do it this way. Now, I'm just going to make sure that all of these are, in fact, turned off in the menu.
What the... Oh, that's lame.
Inventory full.
What's lame? You grind down too far.
Why does it sound like the Ronco is about to go to space? What is wasting?
I don't mind the noises. It's
Oh,
fine. You're not here at
yeah.
the moment. Shush.
I have the same problem, Capac.
Apparently this is completely
Also, I
unbothering
can't
anyone
get out.
else, so I'm pleased with that.
Full.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, we're not close enough, and it's really noisy here because we've got engines running, which I should probably turn off.
Inventory full.
Stuck in the middle of all the engines, and they're real loud. Just be mindful, Capac, every balloon we replace is now not switched off.
That sounds like a you problem.
What's an us problem if we end up welding them up when we're not prepared for it? So if TFE just comes back with the steel plate, we can just get the other bits out.
Yep.
Bang noises satisfied.
And maybe some large steel tubes too, TFA.
Yep. Bring everything, basically.
Yeah, I guess just bring everything.
Means how many balloons do I need to bring?
Just bring whatever you can fit. The main things to bring are going to be steel plate, vacuum cells, large steel tubes. We should be able to fly with everything else. Oh, stupid grinder.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
I'm so confused.
By what?
I'm carrying virtually nothing, but it keeps saying my inventory's full.
You're desynced. Press F5 and reconnect. Usually the problem. Yep. Agreed.
Alright, I'm gonna get a snack while that's happening.
Sure thing.
This is positive. If he feels now, he'll be less distracted later.
No, it means he'll probably bring so much that he'll be more distracted.
Or he'll just
for the
sit
rest
there
of it.
snacking for the rest of the stream.
Or we'll drop his M&Ms at an unfortunate time.
I do not have that one on my soundbar, TFE. I know what you were trying to prompt.
I might have slightly lost the original footage. I think I might still have it. I've got to find it. I was stupid enough to accidentally delete the YouTube video while clearing out all my old ones.
What?
Capex missed the context for that statement.
I think I might be
Now I was watting at something else.
a bit inventory desynced as well. Capac.
I was talking about that clip of you droping your M&Ms at the end of a scavenger hunt
Oh,
recording.
did I just...
Why?
No.
If I enter the wrong password, why does it decide that I must not want to play multiplayer at all and put me back in the main menu?
Yes.
My favorite is when you, like, say if the server goes down It will then sometimes just randomly join you to the other most recent multiplayer server you've played on.
It does do some very strange things.
It was a while ago when we were doing an AA recording that had the game crash or whatever, and it loaded me into the server I put my body in a cryopod for the collector. Like 5 months later.
You back with bits, DFE?
I'm on my way.
Excellent.
Oh, okay, that's blunted the acceleration a bit.
Bit heavy.
Yeah.
Did you take down that connector?
I did take down the connector, yes.
I was going to use that to put all this junk I'm carrying in.
Well, I was getting rid of the connector when all this stuff was going wrong, so I thought, let's get rid of it, put the O2H2 gen there, and you can put the junk you're carrying in TFE's rover in a second.
Hey.
Well, you're the cargo vehicle. That's what's supposed to
Yeah,
happen.
I know.
You literally made a gigantic wing of cargo containers.
Yeah. Wait, did I kill Spitzy? Oh, no, there he is. I think he's stuck under the wheels.
I'm going to have to show chat what your vehicle looks like on the whole.
We're trying to weld the ones at ground level?
Yeah, starting there.
Why? Why?
What?
I've got the vacuum thing medium on my hotbar, but it's only doing the small one, and it won't let me change to the medium one.
It's a different block, isn't it?
Yeah, did you have the one with the little
Yeah,
plus
they
symbol
don't,
on
they
it?
don't have a block.
No, I've specifically got the one that is the medium one, but it's
Oh.
only doing the small one.
He's desynced again?
Hmm.
The other one works, and the other one worked before, but now it's just broken.
Weird.
Is desync.
You just reconnect it.
He's saying that's my nature.
Yeah.
He's out of sync with reality. He's going to start phasing out of existence.
I mean, it tracks.
It does. I don't know what TFE's making. He's making...
What the...
Words
I
have
don't-
failed Spitzy.
I don't know what it's reminding me of.
That
I
is
had
TFE's
someone
role in this
suggest it's like a
series.
crop duster, but it's grounded.
Man, most likely to leave people speechless.
Yeah.
It does have a bit of a combine harvester vibe to it.
It does. Bit short.
Another
that
common
much.
feature. Frequently resembles farm implements for some reason.
No, there are some names of things that are just escaping me right now, and if I could remember them, I think I'd be able to articulate my thoughts, but those names are just not coming to me. What was the name of that weird three-legged robot thing in
War of the Worlds.
No. The thing that the entire robot was the three legs.
The Striders from Half-Life 2.
No, I never.
EDF?
No, not game. Movie.
EDF.
Cars.
What?
What, the Cars
What?
movie?
What it's making me think of is Tars, if Tars fell over into the splits. I don't know why.
Have you had a stroke?
I think so.
I guess that's better than
this
you asking
series
if I
does it
was
to us.
drunk. I don't know why that was just the first thing that came to mind when I saw it. I'm like, why does that make me think of that?
Oh.
Whoa! Off she goes.
He has the roll.
Well, I'll just stand back and watch while I eat some of my delicious giflar.
Okay, so we need a lot more
Okay.
balance
what
in
the-
the things.
The hell is Giflar, Capac?
Yeah.
They are some cinnamon rolls from Sweden.
But the fact that they're Swedish makes
See,
them
I did
special.
what was recommended. I went down to the World Isle, and it was exactly as I remember it being. It's just like, okay, if you want 18 different types of like Japanese noodles that will mean that you hate your life for the next 24 hours, we've got you covered. Otherwise, move on.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds accurate. Next thing we need is a thruster.
All right, we need to get a flat mode, don't we?
Yep. I was thinking of fitting 2 large flat modes to this. As I'm currently wedged in a tree.
Well done, you've managed to hit the one tree that's not transparent.
You mean that has physics?
Yeah, same thing. Capac is getting squished.
And we're locked.
Actually, I was gonna say, can you grab the thrust with grabby hands and then just stand on top of the dragster?
If you drive slowly enough, yeah.
But at that point, you might as well run.
Maybe, maybe not.
Like,
Hard to say, for sure.
the worry's going too fast, and you drop it and smash it to bits.
Yes. But you can always just mag lock it to your rover and drive it over.
Hmm.
That would probably be the easier way about it. We've done both ideas before. They've been fine, but mag plating is definitely the easier way. Yeah, once we have something that can fly more reliably, I might look at ways we can make this more UFO-esque. And also not having solar panels out to the sides where I'm going to whack them into
Energy
everything.
Low.
But at the moment, I think it's not too bad. A good place to start. Maglock the balloon to the dragster. We could try. I have no ability to control the balloon. Did either of you two go back to the Bronco?
No.
No. Alright, give me a lift, TFA.
Yeah. Is Capac getting aboard, or is he already gone?
Just
I'm
go.
already aboard.
Oh.
He means the balloon.
Yeah.
You want... Did you leave your... Where did you leave your large flatmo? It's not up here.
I think I destroyed one. With that explosion.
Mm.
Annoyingly, up until that point, I hadn't had to acknowledge that fact.
You almost kept it a secret.
So well played, Wasted.
Just trying to be helpful. If you want to know what a John Deere line of aircraft will look like, just give it a while. So TFE's going to get there eventually.
Yeah, build another one.
Yeah, will TFE make an aircraft? Or is flying the reserve of Wasted and myself?
Now, am I desynced? My build planner isn't working.
Probably.
1 moment. I'm just gonna stick a mag plate
thruster?
on the back of the container in the middle.
The thrusters come with their own mag plates.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah, that's how they lock to the deck.
Nothing like sitting in a giant donut eating Swedish geflar.
Why is your room a giant donut?
So
I'm
what
sitting in
is
the
this
balloon
Giflar thing? Like, what's the flavor?
Cinnamon rolls.
Oh, it's just cinnamon sweet rolls.
Yep.
All right, let's go, Tiffy.
Yep, I am almost finished reconnecting.
I love how you, on a world with invisible trees, have made a very wide, very
Yeah.
short rover. Like,
Hmm.
the most difficult thing to maneuver between the trees.
Now, my game crashed. Fantastic. I'm trying to rejoin.
Okay, looks like I'm driving this.
Oh
Formation.
no.
That
Well,
always ends well.
Oh yeah, good point. I need to grab parts for it. The weld pads. Good point, Chad. Finally made it to a live stream, man. What the? Yeah, what the is right.
It's alright, it's only going to get better from here.
The TFE is 100% deliberately making things to make us all go, huh?
basically, I have an utter hatred of symmetry.
You built this thing symmetrically.
Well, sort of. If you
No.
ignore the front and the back wheels on the underside aren't even at the same height.
TFE, this thing has an axis of symmetry.
Well, I suppose. I mean, do you want me to
No.
make it worse?
No,
Oh, my game's crashed again.
It's still
This is good.
bilaterally
I wonder if-
symmetrical.
Yeah.
I
it
wonder
is-
if what is Splitsy is trying to suggest is he's offended by the fact that it's symmetrical in any direction, and from here on out they need to be symmetrical every way. No,
needs to
sorry,
be-
unsymmetrical every way.
I need to build an oblong cube.
I'm upset with TFE's
Mobius strip.
justification for this being this thing is trying to be asymmetrical, and I'm like,
It's asymmetrical
well, it's
vertically.
failing at that.
No, it's asymmetrical. You're just thinking left and right, not up and down.
No, TFE, it has a plane of symmetry, thus
No.
symmetrical. There's no other interpretation of that. It is symmetrical.
But the whole thing isn't symmetrical.
Yes, it is. It has left-right symmetry. It is entirely symmetrical. That's
What? So you're saying if it was exactly the same left
just
and right,
as you
but,
as a human are symmetrical mostly. There are a few things that are a bit, if you look inside, but from the outside, you as a human are symmetrical. You have left-right symmetry. You have a plane of symmetry. You are thus symmetrical. That is how symmetry works.
Filthy bilaterians.
Strong vibe.
Hey, I'm back. And my vehicle's been stolen.
Hey, Capac, where should we put these thrusters, you reckon? Thinking somewhere at the back here?
We could put them on the inside.
What? Go off the balloons.
I just gave Wasted so much grief for that. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that. Do you want them on the inside because this is a UFO thing?
Yeah, man, we'll keep up the UFO aesthetic more if you can't see the thrusters. You can't deny it.
So are you going to get a
No, I
green
can't. That's
searchlight
why
on
I
us
hate
as well?
this. But
Well, we could put them on the top if you want, I guess.
We managed to park it in a bush. Oh, sort of.
I'm just gonna put them on the back for now. We can move them later.
Wait a second, why am I now access denied to a custom turret control and a cargo container on this grid? Wait, I don't even own this grid anymore? What? I
How
apparently I can't rename it. Yeah, 2 of the boxes are now access denied and I can't rename it anymore. Actually, no, I can rename it. What's going on?
Did you check if you owned it when they brought it back to you?
Not exactly. But I'd looked at the...
That's a no, TFE.
Yeah, but I'd like looked through the block list a bunch of times and there's literally not enough. There's not even a scroll thing because there's so few blocks.
How to do mid-air refueling. I will broach that issue when this thing can actually fly in a stable pattern.
So never.
Potentially. There's one.
Now this cargo container, okay.
The reason Tiffany keeps crashing is because he has offended space engineers with his design choices.
By that logic, my game would have uninstalled itself.
Fair.
Self-deletion protocol activated.
Unbelievable!
Well said, Tiffy. Well said.
The AI uninstalls itself in self-preservation.
Or worse, you end up with 2 different antivirus programs fighting each other.
Okay, we have thrusters. So now I might be able to get us back to the Ronco so we can then build some
Hey, thanks
more
for
of these
some.
balloons.
Just
Capac.
a mechanic. Oh no. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Sure. Yes. True.
At least if we don't run out of power first.
Yeah, it's not able to get uninstall, I'd get a refund.
We don't want your money. Whoa, we have 4.5 meter per second winds today.
We're on a very
that's why
jaunty
the-
angle.
Giant thing was wandering around so much.
Yes, we are on a very jaunty angle. I do not anticipate landing on the Ronco, just vaguely near it.
For some reason, I keep getting recommended YouTube videos of people trying to 100% games before the Steam refund time.
100% refund challenge.
Pretty much, yeah.
Capac, I think before we weld the balloons on the bottom, we need to fill in the roof.
Oh, with more balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Blues.
Well, one thing Yosef definitely succeeded in. When I see that thing coming, it's definitely unidentified. Unidentifiable, I think, is probably more.
Hey, got to keep pace with the Ronco and its unidentified of all nature.
Kind of
Not
looks
a
like
bagel
the
coming into a salter.
Isn't Isn't one of the is it from Never Surrender one of the space pirate bases? It's like a big circle thing.
You mean the drifting pursuant?
No, not that one.
The
There's
atmospheric
another one
drone.
that's like a space station. One of my favorite things of space stations is someone made a giant version of the drifting pursuant, like full large grids, like 50 meters across.
Those things were
Man.
brutal drones.
This is probably from a similar period, because this, I don't know. We ended up coming up against, in Uncooperative, a bunch of miniature versions of our own ships. We had large ships, and someone made a bunch of mini ones, and Lucas stuck them in the mod.
That was a fun time in things where that sort of evolution was constantly taking place with MES.
Yep, although you were talking about this the other night with Shaq, and I'm definitely partially responsible for some of MES's factions imbalance.
Yes.
Because that was definitely that was the point where we were doing heavily or I was running heavily modded stuff against those factions, and people were going, "Hang on a second, you shouldn't be beating this stuff, so we're gonna have to make it worse."
Yep. And so it went completely out of whack with anything vaguely vanilla in terms of weaponry and defense.
Yeah, as people were saying, for a number of the MES mods, you need shields. It's no fun without it.
Yeah, I think that wherever I land this time, Capac is about as close as I'm going to get us.
And
Try to
balance
get
for
closer.
MES is a pain to test because, well, your normal test is releasing it. Most people don't have a team of people who will play it.
Uh-oh. Really don't want to run into the wheels.
That's what ended up making basically a threat score formula for like the number of weapons an NPC had, because previously I was just throwing random numbers and hoping they were reasonable.
There we go. We're locked down.
Oops, it's landed.
Yeah. It's a very tricky thing to balance. For the multitude of different ways that people play Space Engineers.
Well, they
Although
should've
I think
stopped
I am
doing it
about
wrong.
I'm about to start modding some MES stuff.
All MES mods from now on will be
Oh, yeah?
tested by Capac.
I finally have a purpose for it, and I think it's a purpose that has not yet been done, assuming I can pull it off.
They're going to assemble
This
one
all
giant rope.
secrets.
No, it's just stupid for community events.
Oh, yeah.
I'm figuring I want to. We've had a lot of fun recently with some messing around PvP on the multiplayer server, and it suddenly dawned on me that why can't you make Fortnite in Space Engineers?
Yeah, you sort of. I've seen the. I actually briefly
The
played
old
with.
buildy Fortnite.
Oh, you want the co-op? Fortnite?
No, not that one. No, not the old one. Not Fortnite beta. I just.
Yeah, so I know there are mods out there that give you the whole. You must stay within this area. If you don't, you die, and it gradually contracts thing. I know you've got that
Klein
part
or
of it.
Nara who made that. It's like a beacon.
Yeah, oh no, that's the Starcore folks have been using that for ages. No, it's more about the spawning side of things and the fact that, well, ironically, this game you can build on the fly and you can do a lot more than you can in that one.
Yeah.
So it's about handling the whole spawning of stuff around the map dynamically so that it makes it functional.
So you meaning spawning stuff kind of the way that I did for scrapyard spawns, where it's stuff for people to find.
Stuff for people to find, but
Yep.
rather than the scrapyard spawns, it's how we handle loot spawning on a map.
Yep. Well, if you ever want advice about how MES works,
Ask someone
TFE
else.
is actually pretty good at it.
I've been volunteered. Oh no.
You saw that coming, TFE.
Yes, I did. And well, actually, I suppose that thing you got me to do is technically secret, but the thing itself isn't. You're probably wondering what Earth I'm talking about now.
Yeah, that's too vague. I don't know what we're talking
Yeah. The other way of spawning the scrapyard things in a just nearby. Like
Oh,
one
right,
copy.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny. It's literally just dropped them from the sky.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah,
have
that's
a,
kind of what I was thinking.
basically spawns a grid. Basically, I think it's like 100 meters directly over your character's head, and then that spawns in a bunch of stuff that then falls to the ground.
Huh. Yes, yes. Alright, I should stop welding these ones on the bottom.
Why? What's wrong with this?
Because we need to get the ones on top built so that it drags the whole thing upright.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it keeps wanting to roll.
These stairs don't really work.
Yeah, they do.
Not
You
for
jump
me.
up, you crouch, you crawl through.
But to jump, crouch. This is.
You're standing against them. TFE, look, turn around. You go jump, crouch, in.
So your solution is to completely bypass the steps.
What? No, the steps are there so that you can land on them. Because you can't land in the gap. Because you can't jump and then crouch in this.
Be able to.
Why are there extra parts all over the ground? I believe TFE or Capac dropped them while they were building stuff on the Ronco.
That
Holy cow.
could never happen.
Yep. See, called it.
I'm waiting for someone to add. Was it the badget? Yeah, that's a combination of words. Badgets. I'm way thinking ahead. The gadgets from the Batman games. Space engineers. I imagine smoke bombs already exist.
Inventory full.
That was bad timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with smoke bombs is servers actually have a particle in it.
Hmm.
You run into that real fast
Yeah, I
if
ran
you
into
mess
that
around with
problem
the
with,
aerodynamic smoke mod.
Mm.
That
yeah,
looks
trying to
cool,
use-
but you hit the particle limit so fast.
Yeah, I was trying to use, was it exhaust blocks to hide an obscure grid behind it so you can't see what it looks like. But yeah, I ran into that problem pretty much with me.
Yeah, and particles do weird things in SE, like not getting scaled.
Yeah, yeah.
Aren't they affected by artificial gravity as
getting
well?
scaled in weird ways as well. Some of the weather mod stuff is very interesting once you start messing with scale of the particles they're using.
Am I going to leave my balloons orange? For the moment, yeah. We're going to wrap this in a skin of something to make it look more UFO-ish.
Human skin.
Sure.
Balloon skin.
I was also going to put some solar panels on the top of the thing so that it's got that emergency backup.
Let's adding more
Power.
solar panels. Who are you?
I mean, I'm quite literally the person who made the first, as far as I'm aware, the first Earth-like without uranium mod. Because I wanted to play with solar panels rather than with reactors.
Unfortunately, you inspired Capac a bit too well.
Alright, we are out of vacuum cells.
Really?
Well,
We had like hundreds, didn't we?
Yeah, there are a lot of balloons on this
Yeah,
thing.
I know. If this thing crashes, it is a complete catastrophe.
Yes. Now, let's...
And no pressure, but despite multiple incidents, I'm actually still using the same thrusters I started with.
Yep, and I am not. Alright, let's see.
Not after today, no.
Capac's
Capac
aboard.
makes- Yep. What's going to try laying on the bunko?
I have no gyro overrides on, so the way this is floating is the way that it wants to float.
At like 35 degrees.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
because
it's
there's a bunch of incomplete ones at the front, which is
And-
why we're going up backwards.
Yep. So we're going to need to do some tweaking to which ones are actually welded up.
I'm going to answer this one publicly. I don't think me trying stationeers with splitsy is a good idea. I think if I'm to try space stationeers, I should try it without splitsy first.
I think you should try stationeers with Capac.
Oh, do you?
Oh.
Look, I know I, unfortunately, punished him with my summer car the other day, but I'm not going to fall for the same tricks, you know?
Oh, you heard about that, did you?
It's
You just hear about it, I watched it.
Playing completely blind.
The reason I say Capac is he actually does know how to play stationeers.
Yeah,
Enough.
bit.
Ish.
You understand the basic principles of how to build stuff and do that side of things. And then the rest of it's kind of mostly first
Looking up
year
wikis.
organic chemistry? Or high school organic chemistry?
Oh,
Or
What
even just
high school
chemistry?
Organic chemistry.
splitsies.
Also, do you know how long ago that was?
What, like 1990?
You think I
We
remember
are,
that stuff?
we are approximately the same age, so yes,
Exactly. You think I remember that stuff?
I do.
Like hell. I had a vague relation to your employee for a while, did it not?
It did, yeah.
Might help keep things relevant.
It did. And I did do more of it at university in my first degree as well.
Everything I know about science is from Oscar's description of thermal expansion from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, should be perfect then.
Are you trying to refuel? Is that what this
Correct.
is doing right now?
Yep. We also need to probably try and get back on board the Ronco after this and see if we can find some more balloons to finish this thing. Because we probably want all these welded before we put any sort of skin on it.
Sort of do with finding some water to fuel some stuff with as well.
Well, we keep heading for the moon.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could just drive the Ronco down into the water and we can float our way around.
I can't remember how close we are, so...
We're not far. About 3.5 Ks.
How am I going to attach the drags to or make it float?
I think you're going to have to make it float.
Oh dear.
You'll have to build some retractable pontoons like mine.
Arguably the greatest
Oh,
invention of Wrong Way Out.
Oh,
Trying to slow down a bit so we didn't hit the water too hard.
Well, this time if I make a propeller, I won't use the fill blocks that have no aerodynamic effect at all.
Yeah, we could probably try and grind off some of the rear ones to balance the lift a bit better as well. It's not a bad idea. I can get us locked over near the shoreline. Wasn't a petard the thing that was used to light a cannon?
No, it wasn't.
Or was it a small bomb that
It
was
was,
used
it was
to
like an explosive
launch cannonballs
that you
or
had
something?
to place and then run away.
Yeah.
All I remember about them is in Age of Empires they blew themselves up, which is not quite how it worked.
Well, I mean, it's sort of how it did work sometimes.
Well, yeah, it wasn't supposed to work that way.
no, but
it's
that's
supposed to.
where the phrase comes from, supposedly. Hoisted on your own petard.
what? Oystered?
Yeah, hoisted.
No, oystered.
Only if it's got a good vinaigrette.
reminds me, I got some pasta on my lunch. Well,
We are not locked,
we're in an ocean.
and I can't really move properly. See if I can point us uphill so I can get us to lock.
Cool.
To go back, what we probably will need to do is not worry about actually getting the front ones built, but more dismantling the rear ones. There we go. Oh, we could name them and I could just turn them off while I'm in control rather than grinding them, Capac. We just name name them each. That's like, these are the rear ones, these are the... And then I can hopefully... no, let's do it them all. This way. If we can get them more balanced. Nope, not jetpack. No jetpack. Okay, that's running. And the batteries both go on recharge. We have backup. So we've lost. So left-right balance. Have we got any imbalance there that's obvious other than the solar panel?
Yeah.
Yes. We're missing one there. And we're missing several there. Did you just weld up 3 on the left-hand side and none on the right?
Did 2.
Oh. Come back.
It'll be fine.
It's already leaning high on the left. We want to try and make this so I can actually control it and get back on the Ronco.
Ah, it's funny when it's all sideways.
You know this is the point where I make you pilot it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Alright, so we have collected how much ice? How much space do we have for more ice? Fuel is at 21%. Inventory is nearly full. But if we're driving the Ronco down here, we don't need to get full. We just need to get enough fuel to be able to land back on the Ronco. So I'm going to see what happens.
Explosion!
If I... Not ballon, balloons. I turn the balloons on. And unlock. Look at that, Capac.
We're going sideways.
Yeah, that's the way the wind's pushing us. Wind is super strong today. This is actually quite balanced. Which means it may not be balanced when it's done. But it flies pretty well now. Zoom, zoom, zoom!
What is that?
What?
Is there something in the water over there?
Yes, it does look like there's something in the water over there.
It's like a snowman.
We investigate.
Yes.
They typically don't last long in water.
Well, we better save him before he drowns.
Yes, that is the problem. Or drowned snowman.
How goes the plane construction, Wasted?
It's done.
It's done. Surprised you haven't buzzed the balloon then.
Well, I can't fly. I haven't got any fuel.
Oh, right, right,
That's
right.
what I need you for.
Right.
What is that?
Yes. I don't know. We don't have any cameras on here yet. We need external cameras.
It's
Wait, that's a
wibbling about.
sailboat. Is that the ghost ship?
It's probably the ghost ship again. It's been back a few times.
Right, take us down.
Yeah, that is happening, just not very quickly.
Take us out over the water, so if I drop, I'm not just getting dashed to bits on rocks.
Oh. Oh, that thing is making some noise. That's not the ghost ship. This one has legs.
What do you mean legs?
What is it, a kraken?
No, I think some giant mechanical crab has turned the ghost ship into its hermit crab shell.
Oh dear.
Of course.
Why did you get out?
I fell.
What? Yeah, if this was October, maybe this would be the Halloween episode. It's it's a jack-o'-lantern versus a ghost ship.
I'm proceeding on foot.
As is the ghost ship.
I'm in pursuit.
Not sure you're faster.
I heard a dinosaur.
Wait. There's someone on board.
Ah!
That's not much of a ghost ship then.
Damn
No, there are
turtles.
two people on board. It's only half a ship.
Are they friendly?
Well,
Are
they're
they
not
zombies?
shooting at me, and I'm 100 meters away, so
They haven't seen you yet.
they're not overtly hostile. No, I'm bright orange. They've
Oh,
seen
it's
me.
stuck on a tree.
It is. You might catch up. That is
Yep.
horrifying with the desinking parts just going
See
all
a
over
guy
the
up there.
place.
It explains
got-
why it was so close to the shore when I saw it.
Yeah.
It's got
I said
bits of-
I thought it was going to crash. Well, apparently not. It was the ghost ship we took down. It's come back from the dead.
Okay, the ship is called the Mutiny.
Okay.
It's got bits of algae hanging off it, so I'm guessing it's been underwater for quite a while. I guess they must have recovered it from the sea floor.
Yeah.
It's got 6 robo legs. I don't see a way that I can get on board it while it's
Jogging.
running about.
Yeah, I don't see a path for you to get on board either. I have an idea though, Capac. Oh, nope. It's now trying to run you over. Yeah.
I'm underneath it.
I was going to try and drop you on it.
Well, you'd have to pick me up.
Yes.
Oh, jeez! It just sat on me. Ow!
Oh, there goes the Capac.
It just
You're on
gave
board
me
now,
the
Capac.
boot.
You are on board now, though.
Alright, take us in.
Yeah. I gotta watch out for those masts. Those masts are a problem. I mean, yeah, Capac could try talking to the crew while I'm piloting this. Although I think he wants to parlay on board, so...
Oi,
See.
why did you guys kick me?
mean squish you?
No, they gave me the boot.
I thought they squashed you under the body.
So they tried to, but then when they
Oh,
took
and then
off
when they
again, the leg
jumped, they
kicked me.
kicked you. You keeping an eye out of whether I'm above? Oh, you actually did get on board.
I
You
think
didn't
the
survive.
sail hit me as I dropped.
But well,
Something
Well done.
went bad down there. I saw
Your
a lot
body
of
went
sparks,
weird.
and now there's a crater.
oh yes, there is too. Okay, can I get you on board? I'm gonna try again. Since you've apparently lost all of your stuff that you were carrying anyway. Hopefully you weren't
Right.
carrying any vacuum
I
cells.
didn't have anything. Oh, there's a wheel on the ground over there.
Oh, it must have lost a foot. It's hopping and jumping its way back to the water. I presume, Wasted and TFE, you guys are watching these shenanigans.
Not
I
exactly.
watched for a bit.
Okay. Oh, Capac, it's sinking.
I
Now's your
watched
chance.
when it sank on
Sinking.
Capac. And
Dang
then
it,
it's
my
like,
spectators lost Spitzy.
Go, 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 go. Capac!
Got the...
you went.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
I tried
I
to
could
Go
try
over the
again.
water.
I tried to grab onto the ladder, but I missed.
Well, try again. We're still good.
What the? Okay, you went keep out the legs.
If you die again, Capac, I'm in a better spot.
Oh, they're definitely underwater. One of them's got a grinder, and the other
Yeah,
one
looks-
might be a zombie.
Yeah.
Oh. So it is still the ghost ship?
That's pretty ghosty.
Looks like a bit of it.
I see.
I'm looking for
Do you
treasure.
need me to recover you, Capac?
Oh, yep. It's still got the hole in the
Ow,
window
ow, ow,
when you
ow.
boarded.
It's got a big gun in the front.
Did you get shot?
No, I got grinded, but
Oh, there's also another person there.
like below deck, there's a big old cannon.
Oh. You back on board?
I'm
No.
sort of floating around it. They're looking at me real angry, like.
Somehow I don't think Splitsy's got enough lift to just pull the whole thing out of the water.
No. That's why I'm not even attempting that.
Yeah, I don't have a gun on me, so I can't do much.
You want to get back on board the balloon then? Are they leaving you alone? Can I land in the water?
No, they're sort of chasing me around.
Oh. Well, in that case, bye.
Wow.
Hey, these are valuable balloon cells. Not going far. I'm just not dropping into the water there.
Well,
You-
I'm running for the shore.
Can you see me?
Nope.
All right.
Well, I am
If you-
underwater.
Yeah, but if you swim to the surface, can you see me? And then I can come closer to you and let you in. 'Cause if I turn off all the cells, we go below water level so you can actually get on board.
I'm at the beach.
Can you give me a heading? I don't see you.
I'll just keep going.
Oh yeah, I see you now. Yeah, Capac didn't try to parlay, so...
Well,
no
it's,
dice.
it's hard to talk underwater.
What do you mean? You're just gonna have a mouthful of marbles?
You managed to say, "Oi, why did you guys kick me?" You could have just said parlay.
That was when I was on the balloon. Not when I was swimming around observing zombies in their native habitat.
Are they native to undersea? Doesn't seem quite right.
Undersea pirate ships, yeah?
Oh, right. Fair.
Oh. Let me on board. Right, you can go. Launch.
Alright,
Yeah,
back to the
speaking of
Ronco we go.
undersea pirate ship zombies.
What, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Quite a new tabletop RPG.
Oh,
Featuring undersea pirate zombies.
Yep, Pirate Borg.
Pirate Borg.
Yep, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Slightly confusing.
I think it was made by a Swedish person.
Okay.
As a-
Slightly confusing.
As someone who doesn't speak Swedish, that doesn't answer many questions.
Well, everything's a Borg in Swedish.
It's true, it's literally a last name.
I think you did a good job with the vacuum cells, Capac. It's a good basis for us to build from.
I'm thinking about painting the middle row brown
Okay.
so that it's like a big flying hamburger.
Okay. We'll need to like use some little detail pieces to put like lettuce and tomato on there. Really sell it, and maybe some yellow cheese dripping down.
Well, it's got yellow all over it already because of the blocks.
True. But as we put armor on, we'll be covering up most of that. We've gone from UFO to burger.
A UFB.
Okay, TFE has apparently turned his thing into a boat, but I'm not sure he has followed the instructions on how to make a propeller.
Well, it looks like
Probably
he's turned
not.
it into a helicopter.
Because TFE, did you look at how the rotors are arranged on the props on the Ronco?
I forgot to.
You probably want to, because how many rotors are on your dragster?
What?
Yeah, you need a minimum of 5.
What?
Well, minimum of 3, actually. 1 for the central rotation, and 1 to make each of the props in an individual subgrid.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah, for the calculations.
Because otherwise, center of mass is over the rotor and thus does nothing.
I totally remembered that.
Mm-hmm. Also, it gives you an angle, so you can adjust the angle so it actually creates lift in the right direction that you need. Hey, Wasted, can you guide me from the ground
Guide you where?
onto the runway?
I guess. It's not that easy. You're quite a large. Yeah. You're big enough that keeping you in view while also keeping the runway in view is not that straightforward. I can give you height.
Yeah, height might be useful.
You're about 10 meters up at the moment.
This third person. Distances get weird.
About to hit the back. Coming in good. 2 feet. 1 feet. Down.
Hey, we locked. I didn't break anything. Whew. Miracles happen.
Well, that's annoying.
Excellent. All right. I will go to the control seat of the Ronco. Actually, I should probably turn this thing off so its thrusters don't fight.
It appears we can't craft hydrogen bottles? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's annoying. I have to go up to the Ronco every time while I'm using my jetpack to try and build this propeller.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see why that might be annoying. Annoying? Yeah. sure, why not?
Annoying, yes.
Capac, are you still here, or have you just wandered off somewhere and left yourself in the seat?
I'm just sitting here waiting to land.
We landed.
He hasn't even
Sure.
noticed.
Yeah.
You sure we're not drifting away?
Yep.
Don't know if
That's
I
the wrong
believe
set
it.
of stairs.
Oh,
All right. All aboard the Ronco.
Wasted's little gunship has come
Time
along.
to walk to the sea.
It's done.
It
Gunship's
is?
done. I got. Yeah.
Looks a little on the skeletal side.
It
Yep.
is.
guess I'll have to design my spinning blade by the water.
But it's not that bad because
Suppose I
it
can
currently
test it.
weighs 2 million kilograms. So.
Yes. What am I? Oh. Whoops.
But yes, the skeletal is intentional.
To terrify your enemies.
Yes, that is indeed it.
Just terrify everyone, really. Oh yes, but see, be careful about the fact that the ball of the balloons is sort of wedged between the wheels of the Ronco. That could go badly.
Is it?
Yeah, you not notice?
No. Clearly.
Like, the wind pushed it into the gap between the
Full
wheels.
speed ahead.
I'll have to head back there and have a look. Alright, the jetpack tether's in the way of the crane going down. Right, that'll do.
I'm terrified as to what's going to happen when you accelerate.
Well, I'm going to have a look in a second. I just got to get up to a vantage point.
I mean, you could technically grind it down, but that's boring.
No grinding, just driving.
I figure either the Ronco is going to go flying or the ball is going to get absolutely launched.
Oh, that ball? Ah,
Yeah.
don't worry about that ball. That ball's not a problem.
Rocco,
you worry
Rocket
about that
League, go.
Go.
Alright. Is everybody ready? Everybody strapped down?
Yep.
Okay. Off we go.
No. Oh.
See,
Well,
told you that ball wasn't a problem.
All right.
I thought you meant that I somehow managed the balloon and desynced and it was in the way. I was like, oh, that's bad.
All right, bring
That
us
thing.
around for another kick.
I just kicked it again.
We need to kick it head on though. We got to score a
Yeah.
goal.
We need it towards the goal, Splitty. You know, I don't think you understand this game. Maybe the answer is Capac. We need to get into it and just run really fast.
Oh, right. I'll have to put on my hamster suit.
Down to the water we go. I get to use my propellers again. Yay!
You can use them now.
Yeah, but they don't do anything other than spin.
They look cool.
Did you just give my propellers praise?
There we
Feels
go.
weird, man.
Now we're moving.
I mean, he probably inspired them, so.
Yeah, it was my idea.
Was it? I actually genuinely don't remember.
I mean,
I invented the idea of propellers.
Ah.
oh, that's a tree. It's not drive-throughable.
Ow! Oh, steering wheel. Come on. Straighten up. Straighten up. Okay. Man, this vehicle. It has no right to
Ooh,
be
can I
as
follow
good as it
this
is.
terrain?
Yeah, good luck following.
Certainly got a better chance than before.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
The bigger wheels will help.
I mean, I genuinely don't know how your vehicle's going to handle all these craggies, because I've never
Yeah.
built something that wide and short. It's a pity you don't have any wheels on your roof, because then you could just roll down like a pencil rolling down a hill. Right, we need a spectator on TFE then, don't we?
Oh,
Yep.
well. Hang hang on. This is what the gyro overrides are for.
Yep.
It's going well, sounds like.
Well, yep.
Dang it, I need a second gyro, I think.
Should I press the button to call the tow now?
Yeah.
Oh, is that meant to be doing that?
Is what meant to be doing what? I'm not looking at the Ronco. Well, I'm looking at it, but from like a kilometer away.
Wasted's plane, in quotation marks, was spinning wildly from side to side.
Ah. Is he controlling it and using the gyros to do that?
I think...
Yes, he is.
Uh-huh. Bye, TFA.
No. Hi.
Means temporarily, in theory, the Ronco is on. I am a very inaccurate, very poorly positioned turret for now.
Shoot the bridge! Shoot the bridge!
Yep. Right at you. Alright, so probably need to turn around. Now, do we have ice getting on board?
Can I get back
I
aboard?
think I've got the... TV, what is your plan with your vehicle that is somehow more wrong than the vehicle called the Ronco?
Get a propeller on it once I rescue it. S. Okay, I'm back upright.
Alright, Wasted, the collector is collecting.
Nice. Can I connect Can you connect a small connector to a big one?
No. But you can connect a small grid regular connector to a big one. If it's placed vertically, you can just drop it on there, weld it up, lock it, and then put the small one on there.
Cool, that works.
I think I'm past the worst of it.
And TFE, before you're too panicky, we are turning around.
You're reversing back to shore. Good.
Yeah. No, I'm turning around.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I've got a surprising amount of control with the Ronco in both land-based and sea-based formats.
Why is it doing
Where
this?
is
It's
Wasted
not just-
taking the broadcaster?
This is not the broadcaster.
Oh, what is that?
This is my jerry can.
Oh. Nice. Love it.
This is the plan.
I think I need a second
I
jar
can't take any credit. That's Frosty's idea.
So yeah, you could just hook it up to this small connector here. Like put a small connector on the side.
Yep, that'll do. I just need it anywhere to put it, basically. But yeah, this is my plan for refueling. I can jerry can fuel
There you go.
Just need a second gyro to get this thing level.
because
while
I
going
wanted
down
more
hill.
time messing around with building grabby hands. Haven't
Yep.
had enough today.
Oh, hang on, I know what we need. What we need is a button to control this. Yeah, Wasted. We go.
Nice.
Don't even need to use build vision.
We're gonna have a stockpile and a bit more stockpile, and then yay. You.
I mean, no one is in the pilot's seat, but is anyone truly controlling this vehicle ever?
I think it takes suggestions only.
It does feel that way sometimes. Right, so I need to flip that back. And towards TFE.
Just doing a 1,000 point turn.
What are you arming, Capac?
Trying to determine if that thing on the hill over there is a thing or if it's just a tree.
Is it the ball?
Don't know.
I mean, actually, yeah, now it's not wedged between the wheels. It's probably still just rolling around with the breeze.
Probably. Oh, there's underwater cobalt again.
Oh, did TFE get rid of my camera?
No? Why would I do that?
Because it was up there. Oh, jeez. That's some risky business.
Yeah, a little bit. The side effect of this is I am wandering around the Ronco with an explosive device.
This is true. This is true.
So why would TFE remove my camera? Because catwalk. That's why.
I'm trying to think. The only bit on the path that had a camera, I don't think I replaced because it wasn't really in the way.
Hey, Capac. We could... A good place for a camera, or a pair of them, would be on top of the Ronco. On top of the...
Yeah,
Command
I was just thinking
place.
that.
How are we going to get up there?
Especially now
though?
you can get up there easily.
Jetpack.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's alright, I got it.
That was part of the problem with my propeller designs. I need to be close to the Ronco to do it easily.
Well, it was part of my frustration with building the propellers.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting we have jetpack. It's the problem with having it tethered to a specific place.
You want reverse cameras as well?
Yeah.
Something I should probably test now. Does this actually float before I add the propeller?
Nah. That'd be silly. Why would you check that?
Because propellers going in water is bad. I know this much.
Okay. They are named as
Oh.
well, so we should be able to find them easily.
Okay. Probably needed leveling gyro, but it floats. I mean, my cockpit is slightly underwater. It does float. Oh, don't tell me I'm running out of momentum.
It is the balloon containment.
Yeah.
That is the thing that I could see.
Oh, wow. Back end is sinking deep in the water right now.
Dang it, I drove a bit too far in. Slowly drift back to shore.
You better hope the wind's pushing you back, because there's no way we can retrieve you.
The wind is pushing me sort of sideways.
If only we had some kind of crane.
I repeat, there is no way we can retrieve you.
Oh, okay, it's light enough I can just pull it with grabby hands. That's...
Yeah, a crane that's looking uncomfortably close to the deck at the moment.
It's in collapse. I collapsed it down like that.
You
I
collapse
don't know
it
why
down.
this button panel is here. But apparently I built. What?
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's called self-sabotage.
did build it. I think I imagined the crane was going to be behind it. But because of the jetpack tether, I didn't get it in there properly.
Ow! Invisible tree.
Crane goes the other way. Oh, yeah, it might do.
I was gonna say, the Ronco doesn't really even fit on that beach.
Well, Ronco's going to stop here.
Yep.
And hopefully that's adequate for you to get your thing.
Yep, I should be
Floating
close
quickly.
enough.
Waste, is there anything I can do back there to help you fly, or are you still jerry canning across?
I think I'm alright. Just got my first load in. Built a really
Cool.
bad jerry can, so I'm modifying it.
Making it look more like a jerry can?
No, just making it make sense.
Ah.
I had two tanks, but they weren't actually connected together. And I'm not sure what my plan was.
Now I've got to move slightly closer because the jetpack tail's on the other side.
There we go. Crane correctly stowed.
Find this second gyro somewhere.
Weird. Yes, the control panel does say ahoy. That is correct. That is suitable for once we're in the water. Really like what we've built. That's yeah. Capac, what are you doing back there?
Just making some adjustments to the spoiler.
So what's going to happen when the spoiler's in the way of Wasted's runway?
He's gonna crash.
I'm pretty sure it's in the way of
Again?
Wasted's runway.
I mean, the
Nah,
runway isn't
it'll be
really used
fine.
as a runway. It's more a vertical landing
It's just a place we go to crash, I think.
platform. Yeah.
Are we relegating the runway to you get craned back on board? Is that what you're saying?
Potentially. I mean, we'll see. I think this next one might actually be able to land on it, but mostly by doing the Fosby flop.
Ah,
What's that?
Jerry can.
is the button useful? Probably not.
It's sort of not quite in my view as I'm trying to connect it up. Ah.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was going to see if I could drag across and hit the button in time before it drags the fucking barrel off.
So, tip A, what I would recommend with the props is you don't go big like you were doing. Have a look at the ones that I built on Capac's rover and copy those. Because I'm using, and then you could just build 2. You don't have to build all 4 prop blades. And that might make your life a bit easier too.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit tall otherwise.
No, why'd you just cut that off?
Cut what off? I didn't cut anything off.
No, TFE's cutting stuff off.
I'm saying, yeah. If I'm making it smaller, I don't need as much height.
Ah. Would you like some help?
The waterline is like halfway up the cargo container, so
Would you like some help with this?
I should have this mostly.
Sounds convincing.
How much patience am I going to need to exercise with to not just drive off for this to happen?
I suppose you can help.
You want to drive under the Ronco then, so we can use the jetpack?
You can't, because of how wide it is.
How you like this? Oh yeah, that's a fair point. The wasted the lock. Oh, TFE, you are gonna want stacked rotors. A single one's not gonna give you enough propulsion. Although, actually, no, don't. Yeah, just
need more.
yeah, stick with it. I've just realised an issue that you may run into. Which way have you welded this?
At least the
You
hydrogen
might not
refills
have
is-
enough. Like, you might not be stable enough to actually have more propulsion.
Actually, I should probably go a block further out just to be safe.
Maybe, but have you checked? Have you made sure that these rotors are the same orientation as each other? Because they have to be, so that you can adjust the tilt of the rotors, of the props. So what you want to do is make sure that they're going nicely around and not all, because otherwise the angles, you have to figure out the angle for each individual one, and that's a pain in the butt.
I want which number? So I want
Why don't you
0.
just- Yeah. I've put the second one in the correct position. Why don't you just build the blades on this and give it a test before you go to 4 blades?
Just do the side ones.
Yeah, just do 2. 2 works. It's just not as much thrust as 4. And you might not be able to have more thrust because it might be so much that you end up pushing yourself face first into the water. Because you have no buoyancy up the front to leverage against.
But then you will drown.
So you might actually want to just have... that's too long, Tiffy.
Too long.
You got to do a single. Yeah. Yeah, have a look at this. Look how low it is.
Well,
You said it comes halfway up the container line.
yes.
I'm just following what you said. You got to do a single 3.
Is the 1x4 wing?
I would stick with a 3 because there are waves.
Yes, there are.
I'd probably just do that. I know I'm being bossy, but it's like we've we've had a lot of problems already with these wing setups. Also, probably want to do this first.
Actually, if I'm going for the shorter wings, and doing 4 should be perfectly fine.
Hang on. Let me just do something. Oh, the main reason I was suggesting just doing the 2 is to test to see if you can even control 2 before you add more thrust.
No? The truckers and the Baz are fighting each other out there?
Oh. We don't really
Nautilus.
have any means to
The
help.
mosquito.
It's not technically true.
Well, can you take
And a
off?
sea ray.
That is a completely different question. In
Okay.
theory, yes. But first I would need to figure out how to... you see, I did the same thing again. I didn't learn from the last time I did this. And I once again built it in a place that I'm going to struggle to get it off of.
Yes.
That should do
It's
some
fine.
leverage
I'm going to
right way around.
extend the runway underneath it temporarily, I think, is the answer.
The crane should reach it.
Oh yeah, I can take you off with the crane.
That's always safe. Never once has gone wrong yet in the 2
Tiff-
times it's been done.
Usually the leading edge of a plane wing is rounded.
Yep. The rotor controls.
I've already set up your rotors.
My hopper.
You just need, hang on. Prop, drive, rotor. That's the one you need for the moment. Okay, let's see. That's all fully inverted, so if I go to rotor first. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. That's
Colliding.
not helpful. No. Not the bit I was concerned about. So what angle are we at? 45, so we want to go through to 135. Yeah.
Good.
Yes, let's just make sure this is wanting to spin the correct direction. Alright, you want to spin in negative.
Okay.
Turn the block off. Then you can... You have a passenger seat?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the wrong button combination.
I want to witness this properly. Alright. Drive into the water. Let's see what happens.
You want negative.
Yeah, I've already set it to minus 75.
Okay.
And you didn't turn Sharon Ursha back on for the drive rotor, did you? No, good. You can't make paddle wheel propellers, unfortunately. We really wanted to, but they don't work.
Yeah, we really have exhausted that one.
Yeah. So, TV, do you just have set speeds?
Yeah.
I'm guessing
I've
you
got
do.
increase, decrease velocity.
Alright. So that's okay. Oh, you got increased. Okay. You're doing it that way. So finding 0. Have you got a control on your hotbar that just sets the rotor velocity to 0?
No, I just mashed the increase, decrease.
That's a mistake.
There's
Set.
a reset one, isn't there?
Have one that's just... No, just do set rotor speed 0, set rotor speed 20, set rotor speed 40, set rotor speed 75.
Oh, yeah, there's literally a reset velocity one that just...
But there's also literally a button that sets velocity to an exact
Yes.
number. That way you know when you hit that button,
Isn't
it does
this the
that
new thing they added?
Yes! It's really
No!
useful.
Is it new? No.
It's not that new. It's new, though.
I mean, I guess relative. Game has been around for, what, 13 years, 12 years? So, yeah, new.
You're going backwards, TFE. Yeah,
No.
that's better. That's why you don't use increase, decrease. Have set speeds.
Increase, decrease is awful.
Yeah, I definitely think I need 4 blades.
I think Wasted you meant to say awful, but it sounded like awesome.
I
think-
said awful, I thought.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
You-
mumbling.
You all have it wrong. You only need increase. You don't need decrease. You just gotta go fast. Slowing
It's
down
very
is
weird with
critical.
it tilting backwards.
That battle is drifting in our direction.
Okay.
We're 2.5 kilometers away now.
Well, TFE, you have propulsion now. It is
Yeah.
functional. Now, give me some speed. I want to see some speed.
It is at maximum speed.
The Mosquito and the Sea
It is
Ray
at
are headed this
75.
way.
How is it not going
Oh.
faster than that?
Oh no, they're turning around and headed
All
back.
right. Well,
They
apparently
got
you go
pretty
2.3
close.
meters per second.
I mean, that's the thing. I can stick 2 more blades on it.
Yeah, more blades. Well, it's more the stacked rotors, so having 2 rotors.
Yeah, I have
Could
2
give
accelerator
you-
rotors.
But yeah, you have a functional prop.
Hey.
Bye.
Oh no.
Do we want to do a drive-by on whatever's going on there, or do we want to just get in the water and go?
True.
Because we don't really have any usable guns right now.
That's
We got
entirely
wasted.
untrue. I am the most usable person.
All
I
right.
got a wasted turret.
Okay, so I'm getting in the crane and I'm popping Wasted off the back. Is that
Oh
what's
no,
happening?
we got a turret from the middle and
Yeah,
broadside him.
he's a fixed gun. We're gonna broadside him.
Okay, so I'm getting in the water then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Launch Zig.
Just taking the lift up. Still baffles me that that hinge-based lift is smoother than a piston-based one.
Oh, Sea
Smooth
Ray's
on
coming
your
in.
end, maybe. Does it say Siri's coming in?
No, Sea Ray.
Oh god. Just lining up these jerry cans was interesting when we were still. It's even more interesting when we're moving. God, I'm
Oh,
gonna
the
say
Sea
that's
Ray's
gonna be
firing.
the last jerry can, because any more may go poorly.
Fun watching you from the camera though.
I think they're still fighting that Nautilus back there.
Well, we're turning around slowly. Need to get us wholly in the water.
Oh, baptism.
Hmm.
That's how you get holy in the water, isn't it?
Capac, when people don't laugh at the joke at the beginning, you probably don't
You
want to
don't
then go and
explain
explain
it. I don't know.
it.
Explain the joke never makes it funnier.
No,
Not sure I agree with you there.
nobody said anything, so I didn't know if people had even heard it.
So surely Hole in the Water is the plot of Final Fantasy VII.
I'd intentionally just stayed quiet on it. Such a good opportunity to make fun of Capac.
Where's my gun?
We get dad joke then.
I need gun.
Energy low.
Yeah, I'll throw up a distraction to them. I'll smash the...
Is the dog a
Charlie.
distraction?
Yeah, the dog's a distraction. Distracto dog. No, I was going to say we have lots of splashing going on.
Right, so where are we going?
Wow, they'll never know.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Why
whoa,
are you doing wheelies?
Whoa!
It's Lizzie.
How did we
Water
do-
wheelies were not on the menu.
This does not seem right.
No, it does not.
Is the balloon doing weirdness?
Oh, the balloon's really heavy, isn't it?
It might actually
It
work
should
on
be
the whole back
countering out
trailer.
itself unless you've got it off.
It's off. Because
Well,
power.
why am I ever doing something?
So we're chasing the Nautilus. Is that what we're doing?
Hmm.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, okay, so the,
No,
the
you
You guys are
mosquito...
the ones who told me to do this so I could broadside something.
I've been telling you what's going on and nobody's been listening. The Sea Ray and the mosquito are both flown past us and not attacked or anything.
Yeah, they're truckers, so we're fine.
This Nautilus, I don't know. It looks like some kind of ship, maybe? Oh, it's firing something at them.
I am the world's worst turret. I have no
I
up
know.
and down. I just have spin.
So you got to use. So I got to make sure I get the distance to the enemy correct, so that the fall of
the
your
drop
yeah.
works. Or the distance can be 0, at which point there is no fall.
Wait. is that the- Okay, that's better. Spin, spin, spin! Do not envy the person who has to repair the Ronco when it takes damage. That is fair. Do not envy me.
Dang it, I can do 1.7 meters a second. I'm not catching up.
I think I'm seeing smoke coming off the Nautilus.
Some serious speed there, TFE. Keep it up.
They've
Yeah,
stopped moving.
I think the problem is the wind is giving me more propulsion. Don't really have control over where I'm
The
going.
Nautilus looks like it's got a big gun.
The Nautilus is going to pass us to port.
Yep, at about 1.45 kilometers, which is too far for wasted. I need to get us closer.
Isn't the Nautilus friendly?
No, the Nautilus is not friendly.
Well, the Nautilus is the enemy.
Yes.
I understood.
Yeah, we got to take out Captain Nemo.
Oh,
I'm basically drifting. Power sliding my way around.
Is the Nautilus sinking?
no.
Or is it a submarine?
It's very difficult to tell because
Would be
I'm
appropriate for the name.
struggling to look at it while driving. Capac, we need some sideways mounted cameras.
Yeah, I can tilt the cockpit up above the water to get my oxygen.
You get a
So wait, so
sideways
you should
mounted
be in
camera by
range.
turning the Ronco around to face that direction.
Yeah, but then Wasted doesn't
Okay.
have a broadside on it.
In range of the Nautilus, you reckon? That
No, we're outside
seems-
range now.
Seems unlikely.
We were 1.35. Your range is 1.4.
I mean, that's
Stream range.
technically.
Oh, the noises aboard this ship. Yes, I'm calling it a ship. Also, how far have we left TFE behind? Wow.
Well, I can only
Almost
do
2
like
Ks.
I can only do
Whoa!
1.6 meters a second.
I was looking in the right direction when that happened.
I need some
Oh,
upgrades.
I saw explosion.
Yeah, I think the shot exploded short.
Yeah, they're 1-8 out.
I am turning us. Just
It
takes
was
a little while.
it was a good test to see if it
It's a ranging
worked,
shot.
and I stayed attached and so on.
Oh! The Nautilus just did some crazy flip. Yeah, searchlights are useful, but then no, you can't have 2 people controlling them at once. That's why cameras are better than searchlights. Are you up there building a camera? Capac?
Yep.
Sweet. Onco port. Wait, camera. You're just building 1 each side, right?
We're at 2 in each direction. That way we can see in stereo. 3D.
Can you tell me when we're facing the correct direction so I can fix the... Because I'm currently fixing namings.
What would you deem the correct direction?
Heading towards the enemy that is now in
Right.
range.
Yes, yes. That was kind of why I was asking, is because while they're in range,
Don't want
we
to
are
be heading
leaning.
towards them.
We are leaning over in such a way that I cannot. I have no effective fire.
Speaking of leaning over,
Yes?
I thought they were doing a Titanic.
Not scrambling for the last bit of wreckage.
Looking at the Nautilus through Capac's feet.
Throwing jewelry into the ocean.
Capac, can you stand on a different camera? Yeah, the Nautilus is listing hard.
Alright, I'm going in.
Wait,
SEAL
You're
Team
going in on
6.
foot?
Oh, I found a way to go faster. I just have to turn side on to the wind, so the wind's pushing me sideways while the propeller's pushing
Navy
me
SEAL
forwards.
Capac.
Yep, the Nautilus is sideways. And bobbing about like crazy.
Wait, it's getting away from me?
Wham! Ooh, close. Very hard to keep you in
time this-
range.
I'm enjoying the fact that this is old school naval gunnery. This needs to be timed with the waves in order to work.
Nice.
The Nautilus is escaping.
I'm bringing her about, but this is challenging. This is definitely a test of the lack of control I have with these props. Don't exactly have the ability to turn quickly.
Yeah, it would be a good line if we.
We're in range.
No, the Nautilus is too fast.
I think they're stinging too speedy.
Okay. I have a plan. Here we go. 10 meters a second.
It's still not very quick.
I remember if I think I did set those props to be as fast as they can go. Yeah, I did. But we are closing. 2.13. 2.12.
Oh, I have a targeting reticle now, lead reticle. I have not managed to achieve one of these previously.
Yeah, you're in a proper control seat, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Need to make sure we include those. Well, that'll be the nice thing about the guns on the balloon being separate entities, because we can then have control seats that hopefully don't mess with stuff too much, although I reckon they still will. We might have to hook on with connectors, which is annoying. So that things don't go weird, but we'll see.
My new thing could potentially act as a booster, but I feel like that would be cheating.
Yes. Hey, considering what the Ronco is, I would say that going at 10.5 meters a second-ish is pretty dang good.
Yeah, not bad. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Someone was asking, could I not just put my thrusters on? I'm like, no, I could not.
I think the Nautilus is getting away from us.
Unfortunately, I think it has accelerated again, yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or it's
You're both getting further
busy,
away from me.
done dogfighting. There's a plane getting awfully close to those props.
Yeah,
I'm
dangerously
waiting for the
so.
point where it suddenly gets picked up by one and starts doing loops.
Oh, no, we're closing again. Let me get us a bit of a turn again. Closing 1.85. Full speed. We could sort of launch a fighter, but it would require me detaching Wasted with him being prepped to launch instantaneously. And I feel like the most likely outcome of that is Wasted loses another plane.
I have actually semi-sorted the plan for that, but it still won't be the most quick plan to activate. But basically, I have extended the runway slightly beneath me. So we can actually just cut the rotor out from beneath me, and I will land on a surface at the moment.
I'm hearing gunfire.
Ranging shots.
Okay, at least it was Capac.
Oh, why did I right-click? It took so long to get a lock the first time.
No, you're moving further away.
All right, they're technically in range now. The only problem is to shoot at them. I would have to shoot through the back of the bridge.
Yep.
Oh, no,
And as
no.
tempting as that is...
I'm going to bring them down the
Quick
starboard side,
beheadle.
hopefully.
Okay. Prepping starboard side. Starboard side guns prepped. Zero's getting a run in.
Capac, you on the starboard?
No,
Why not?
I'm in the ocean.
Yes, he is. Oh, right, yeah. Navy SEAL.
Wait, are they trying to beach themselves? No, so close.
We're really quite close.
Yeah, we are. We're within rifle range.
Yeah, and the problem is I'm still aiming too high to be able to hit them. In reality, I
slow
only
us
get low
down.
enough. I don't think that's the problem. No, we're getting there. Keep going. Oh, they're on the side. They're listing hard.
Boom!
Oh,
That was a hit. Oh. Yep, listing much
Nothing.
harder now. Kind of wanted to launch a grenade at them,
they're
but I
upside down.
felt like it was wasteful.
Briefly. I think they may have to run aground. Oh, just
what the?
missed.
I just saw something blow up over near the Ronco.
Capac, are you on the Nautilus?
No,
No, there are people on it.
Where are you?
it's probably
Ow.
the crew.
Swimming.
Yep, I'm just swimming in the ocean.
Oh,
That hit.
I did it.
Yeah, I got an S-pirate reputation loss, so I
Nice.
would assume so. It's normally the giveaway.
They seem to
But,
be steaming for you at considerable speed.
I'm out of ammo now as well.
That is concerning. Not much we can do about
Yeah.
it.
Reload.
Is this when we try to drop a sea mine?
Is the sea mine called Capac?
Yes.
I've already
already
been
out.
dropped.
Redeployed. Oh, he's right there.
Oh, fell short. Way short.
Woo. They got a sizable gun as well.
They do.
No, the
I am
wind's
aiming
overpowering.
way
my
low now.
propellant.
Yep.
I look to the ocean, and we don't really have any sensible... We thought about this in advance. We could have had like a wheel up and down on each side, so we could reverse squat to balance. Ooh,
Oh, it's
coming
getting
back up
away
again, but
again.
I've lost lock.
I was right
Wait,
underneath
do you want me to launch you?
We could, but I'm not sure how much ammo I've got on me. They're escaping. Let me load myself up.
Pity we didn't have time to get the turrets mounted on the balloon.
I wish show only adventures of the current ship worked.
Wow. Wasted's using square pistons.
I am. Yeah, this really is the Cheesemobile.
It is.
Sorry. I don't even have landing gear. I've just got headless pistons. I'm sorry.
This thing is Stilton all the way through.
It's still stinky enough.
Yeah. I think it is.
Wow,
Yes.
that's really awkward. I'm struggling to look in the direction that I would be flying because that direction features your rotors and makes my camera pop backwards and forwards over and over again.
No, every
So
time I
we-
get close to the Nautilus,
You're gonna have to
it
launch
takes
off the
again.
side. Shall I get
Yep.
rid of? Should I get rid of one of these catwalks?
I think the left side might be the better option.
If I send a lift down?
Mm-hmm.
Energy low.
But,
I mean-
well, that's the starboard side, but sure. Okay, so am I? Just,
Yeah, and wrong way around. Backwards. Camera view.
What am I grinding out? What am I doing? And when are you ready for this? And should I turn off the props on the Ronco?
Probably. Otherwise, we will keep moving.
Yeah, give me a chance to catch up.
I was about to hit land.
Need the wind to change direction.
I'm gonna run out of energy.
Okay, they stopped.
Yeah, rotor first. Then the bits off the bottom.
Okay. Are you pointing in the
don't-
direction you want to be pointing? You look to
No,
be
but
point-
I can kind of spin myself. What I don't want to do is slide off the edge immediately, so I do need some
Okay.
lean in the right direction. Oh, we
All right.
don't know.
And let's start grinding then.
This is almost more awkward for me because until you grind me off, I've got that massive zoomed out third person view because
3,
it's the
2,
Bronco's third
1.
person.
Blonk. Nope. Blonk.
There you go.
Yeah. Can I get the road ahead?
Why do I bounce?
Because you jiggle. All jiggles.
Get the projector.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. I can't reach it.
Yeah, I'm never catching up.
Did you pick up any fun tools or weapons, Capac?
I didn't even engage.
I just heard big gunfire.
Yeah, we're being shot at. It's 500 meters away.
You are free.
Where are you guys?
I guess time to find out if this works.
I can only
Wish
see
me
the
luck.
dragster now.
Good luck.
I think all my thrusters are off.
Oh, yes. The wind is perfectly pointing. If it just stays there.
What? Why do I not have all my thrust up? Because some are hit.
Your tanks are also all on stockpile, so your engines are off.
Yep. No, that's good at the moment.
I think I'm gonna die.
This is what I wanted for the time being. All right.
Energy
4
critical.
on, 2 off. No, don't be telling me that.
Head uphill.
Hey,
Hope to
all
find
on.
a shore.
Wish me luck.
Hang on, one sec.
Oh, sorry. There wasn't.
Sorry.
Once the go was go, there wasn't much choice to
Oh,
do
I was
anything else.
I was in the process of trying to get my spectator cam on you.
Oh,
All right, you didn't explode, so I didn't miss anything. Now, can I
Later.
get you? Can you fly straight for a second?
Yep.
There we go. I gotcha. Full runnings, eh?
yep. And if you look closely, it's cold as the Jamaican
Well.
flag.
I'm on a desert island.
Well, here goes.
Is this the Nautilus?
Yep.
Okay. I just need to know. I need him targeted before I really have much of a chance. I don't have enough ammo to...
The only other things in the water you can are the Bronco and TFA and Capac.
And I'm very
Alright.
far away.
I'm not in the water anymore.
Unbelievable!
I'm on a
He is
beach.
targeted.
Acrostium, thanks for Prime sub.
Whoa.
No,
Wasted,
hit.
do you have a subgrid?
No.
Ah.
Oh, wait. No, I don't, because I removed the piston heads.
You can add one.
I could add a piston head, couldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally the landing gear deal with that problem. I hadn't thought about it for this one.
I'm going to take the Ronco away from here.
In combat zone.
Yeah. Feels like what I should do.
Oh man, I regret doing that.
What'd you do?
Added the piston head.
What happened?
Wait, Capac shooting it
It
from the
feels
beach?
weird now.
Wait, why?
Well, they drove right up next to me, so I figured I'd take a few shots.
Why is... Does anyone in chat know why I keep losing my locked on spectator cams?
Well, that piston head
Yeah, I
made it
noticed
so
that.
much
Lack of
worse for
skill.
some reason.
In my
Sea
case,
Ray
can't
appears to be
explain.
underwater.
Can't explain why. The Nautilus underwater.
No, the Sea Ray appears to be.
That's not great. There's not a detach button for the piston head, no. That's a build vision thing.
But I should probably turn around so that... Capac, do you have any idea where I am in relation to you?
Ah.
I can see the Ronco.
Yeah, is it pointing in your direction?
No, I'm towards the, I'm on the port, aft.
Okay, so I'm turning in your direction now, then.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I thought I'd come pick you up first.
I'm on a sandy beach.
Yep, I think I know which beach.
Then you got to come like halfway back across to rescue me.
Ironically, I think it's the same beach I might be on.
Wait, what?
I landed to remove the piston head. It was really making it quite unflyable.
Ah.
I don't know why. Actually, no, I do know why. Someone in chat's just told me.
Wait,
It drag?
No,
Sea
the
Ray
square
is at
piston
the
head
bottom
has
of
the
the
old
ocean?
piston hitbox.
Ah.
And so it's clanging out on my vehicle because that head is in side blocks.
did the Sea Ray get shot down?
I think it did. I think we might want to just get out of here.
I'd go salvage it, but I've run out of energy, so I can't go in the water anymore.
Am I pointing roughly in your direction yet, Capac?
Yes. Slightly to port.
Okay. Stop the props. Reverse the prop tilt. Start the props. Because I cannot change the prop tilt while they're running. Which surprises me a little bit. I was really expecting the rotors to just be that powerful, but it's kind of cool that they aren't. I just saw an explosion on the beach.
Yeah, my grid just completely clanged out. I don't even know what was going on there.
Nope, I'm 4 kilometers out. At my current speed, I will arrive in...
As in Bronco reload level clang?
I don't know. Depends how much you care about this particular vessel, but I tell you what, I'd grab
have a blueprint, so we don't need to reload.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's reloaders. I mean, even if I may not even go that route, but we'll pass it by the judges.
Judges, if you want to provide further footage for examination, feel free to do so.
Yeah, the case is being prepared as we speak.
Okay.
Okay, at current speed, I'm projected to arrive in about 40 minutes.
I say we let him go.
I don't even see land yet.
Yeah, you are over the horizon.
Yeah, the problem is I'm sort of being pushed about by the wind, so I'm sort of going forwards and sideways.
Yep. Yep.
At the mercy of the elements.
Well, you're gonna have to try and grab me with the crane.
Seems like it.
'Cause, yeah, I think I need another propeller rotor and, yeah, 2 more blades.
Yeah, you need to be going. You need those things going faster.
I need to at least be faster than the wind.
Yeah, you need to be able to go at least 5 meters per second. You able to get on board,
Your
Capac?
health is low.
That's a yes. Jetpack's handy in this circumstance.
It's a much better way of getting out of the water than previous methods.
What is that back there? I see that on the camera. There's something in the water.
Well, the Sea Ray is down there somewhere.
Wait, has the Rongo lost a wheel?
What? How did you do that?
There's a large wheel in the water.
Are you sure it's not a jellyfish?
Moderately so. The Rongo has lost a wheel. Lost 2 wheels.
How?
I don't know. The front section, the rear left wheels, the wheel is missing 2 wheels.
It might have been eels.
Eels on the wheels.
Yep.
Oh.
Eels love wheels.
Who?
Do we need to
Oh,
peel the wheels for
I
the
can
eels?
just see the Ronco with
I think
super
the
third
eels
person
can peel
zoom.
their own wheels.
Do they steal their own wheels?
Of course. It's quite an ordeal.
Wait, I'm underwater. I have no oxygen.
The
here.
eel
I'm
stealing
keep
wheels
getting
is
it?
quite an ordeal, but they don't need them peeled before they steal the wheels.
Yes.
Where are we shot at? Wait. Missing a wheel back there? There's one. Just that one. I think it's just that one. Very strange.
Make Capac walk the plank. It's a bit extreme.
Rude.
Hey, Capac, you're on board, yeah?
No.
Where are you?
I'm checking out this sunken sea ray.
Oh. That's less helpful.
Depends on if there's anything good on it. What is that light?
No. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop those.
Light exploded. Gotcha.
Oh.
What the? I see somebody's lights.
You may be approaching me and my wreck.
Are you underwater?
I am. Not very deep, but underwater I am.
Can I see those wheels? So, have we gotten any adjudication from the judges?
Well, I don't know. I just sent you a clip.
What?
Oh.
I will send
Access
Mr. Amaru
denied.
such a similar device, should he wish. I might even be so kind as to send it to the final event.
Well, it's not like I have much else to do at the moment.
You're very bouncy.
Slowly drifting, sort of in the right direction.
Which way back to Bronco now?
Were you?
Yeah, the bouncy continued when I was in the air. It had been, yeah.
Had you already removed the piston heads?
Yes. It had been going on for a while, where it was minor bouncy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got into it, pulled the pistons out of the voxel because people were like, I think they're stuck through the voxel. And when I put them back down again, super bouncy. And super bouncy continued when I was in the air.
What the?
As in, even after I took off,
Wasted.
it was still wiggling me up and down.
There's someone here with a floating version of your Dance Dance Revolution?
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Apparently they've come to inspect my vehicle. I don't know.
Wasted, if you hadn't exploded that, I think what we would have done next was copy-pasted it above the voxel.
Yeah.
I think what was
Boulder.
happening, I think my chat is onto something. I don't think what I was seeing was ever happening.
Ah.
I think everything you see on my stream is false.
Could be.
There was no bounce. There was no
Could
wiggle
be.
up and down.
There
it
was
was
no spoon.
actually absolutely fine, but I was fighting imaginary forces that didn't exist.
He's in the Matrix.
Yeah. That could indeed be the case.
Because we have somewhat pushed this server to the point where occasionally what you see is no longer real.
I mean, I've been experiencing a fair bit of that playing with Shaq on Sundays, where it's just like, this doesn't seem right.
None about this seems to connect to reality anymore. This is
No.
the metaverse. We've changed realm. Where are we?
Yeah, I say paste it in and see what happens. If it happens again, then we're probably at the pistons were in the ground. Conclusion?
Okay, so what Atomus is saying is when, because this bounciness happened on the Ronco. When you dropped me off
Yeah.
the rotor, I was bouncy there too. That's why I took off so quickly, because I was just like, I
I mean,
can't
piston
hang
heads
around.
do, headless pistons do
yeah,
that
except
bouncing.
Oh,
It wasn't bouncy on your screen. I was getting like.
It was a little bit bouncy,
good-
but it wasn't as bouncy as what you showed.
Yeah, I was fully leaving the ground by multiple meters on the Ronco.
are you
Yeah.
moving the Ronco towards me, or am I going the right way now?
I'm moving towards you.
Okay.
You are slow, buddy.
Yes.
Well, I think we pasted in, and I think next week we will find out what it can really do, and if I can fish TFE out of the water with the crane. Because I think it's time to wrap things up.
Let's see my rescuers, just.
Yes, rescuers.
I'm coming back
Ooh.
with loot.
Oh yeah, what did you loot, Capac?
Got
Capac?
a powerful piece of technology.
More descriptive, please.
A large, flat atmospheric thruster.
Oh, nice. To replace the one I blew up. Thanks.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Capac's
Cool.
keeping it for himself.
Wasted, what's your plan for the rest of
Yes,
today?
Me and this thruster will live on this desert island.
I will pick you up again. Don't worry. Wasted, what's your plan? To be muted, apparently. Or just quiet. Capac, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm probably playing a game.
TFE,
Good.
what are you doing on the weekend?
Yep, I'm doing more Crusader Kings 2 on Saturday and Sunday.
Cool. I will be back on Twitch tomorrow with some more of the Conan community server stuff that I've started last week. And then on Friday with some more Stationeers, and Sunday with Shaq. There's more Space Engineers and a bit of bonus extra streaming after that one on Sunday as well.
And I would
Wasted
like to
will
have
be
you
doing.
guys afterwards to have a chat about potential what I'm up to.
Okay.
But I will now be going and doing some things that you should definitely join for. And
Yes.
I'm intentionally being cagey.
So,
Okay. Wasted's being cagey, so twitch.tv/wastedspace with a 4. And we will see you all next time.
Raiding time.
raid.
Bye. Lapping of the waves against the wrong boat.
Ah, the fishies. Hey, fish.
Actually, I should probably come to a stop,
live.
shouldn't I?
Yes. You
Although,
come to a stop
actually,
when
I
you are
don't know if
floating in the
I
water.
can, considering how windy it is.
What you
Demo.
should probably do is just accept that you are floating and turn on invulnerable so that you don't die before next week.